The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in. Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
I'm Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian College has to offer, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Adrian College Television would like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Carlton Lodge of Adrian. Carlton Lodge is sponsoring all ACTV broadcasts during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Located at 1629 West Maumee in Adrian, Carlton Lodge offers comfortable rooms and suites at affordable rates. There's also a heated indoor and outdoor pool, along with a 24-hour fitness center. Thank you for the continued support toward Adrian College Television.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, Leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent and accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.
and welcome to Docking Family Stadium here on the campus of Adrian College. And it's your home for Bulldog football. It's senior day, week 10 of the college football season. I'm Ian Wendt, joined in the booth by Kyle Plusha, a senior here at Adrian College. And what a day here in Adrian. Surprise snow shower, about 33, 32 degrees out here today. We had the wind last week, and we knew we were due for a weather game like this, whether it's rain or snow or sleet. And we got the snow today, Kyle. So what are you looking forward to in this one?
I'm just looking forward to all of the players just taking advantage of the fun atmosphere they're going to have tonight. It's not very often that you get to play football games in the winter. I had the privilege of doing that during high school, and they probably were some of the most fun football games I've ever played in my football career. So with that being said, I just want to see a
couple of old, historic college football programs playing in the oldest conference in America, the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association. So every game just means that much more. It adds to the record books, the rivalries, with Adrian, Olivet. You throw in Albion, Kalamazoo, all these old, historic, great football programs. And a pleasure to be back at Docking Family Stadium. It's been two tough road contests for Adrian this last couple weeks. 2 weeks ago, a sunny, beautiful day in Albion. The game did not go the Bulldogs' way. A couple of key injuries to big spots. They lost their quarterback, Aaron Jenkins. Their starting safety, Brandon Kwiatkowski. Their starting linebacker, Wade Zaspin, missing time. They were without Nate Bennett. They're, in some ways, their best offensive lineman, and suffered a big loss to Albion. So they take the road north to Alma last week. And 30-10 was the final result of that one. Those players did not play. Alma's a good football team. There's no question about it, as Alma and Albion are playing essentially a conference championship game today over in Alma. But a 30-10 result. We saw some players get some extra time late. Taj Williams, the quarterback, stepped in, replacing Noah Heide in that second half. Suffered a tough-looking leg injury. He's obviously not going to be out there today. But when you talk about the future, if he can come back healthy, I think the future is bright at the quarterback spot. A tough physical runner. He's got a really good arm. If he can hone in that accuracy and learn this offense, I think the Bulldogs have really laid the foundation for what this team could look like, especially, Kyle, with the play of quarterback Aaron Jenkins. The transfer in, just the way he plays, is really fun to watch.
Right, no, and I agree 100%. And, as everybody knows with every football team, the stable of the team starts with the quarterback and how the quarterback plays. And that's been something that Adrian's been working through throughout the whole year. This has to do with injuries and also just figuring out who works well with what offense and running field week. So I have to agree wholeheartedly with what you had to say.
And then when you look at, it's senior day. There's going to be some emotion. There's going to be a lot of players out there. This will be their last football game of any type in their life, putting pads on, playing for a team. And when you look at the other side of the ball, Kyle, and it's this defense that has played really well at times. They've pitched a shutout, their first one in a number of years. They forced a turnover in every game this season. A lot of seniors came back. When you look down the line, you have the Justin Wisemans, the DeAndre Jennings, Kyle Minder, the linebacker in the middle, right. Andrew Newmer on the outside, BK Kwiatkowski on the back end of the defense. Personally, I'm going to miss these guys. They've been playing a lot of football for Adrian College. And if it is their last time, you have that COVID year thrown in there. Some kids came back for it. So it's going to be really a sentimental and an emotional game, and one that doesn't impact the standings per se. No one here is going to win the championship, but there's a lot of pride out here.
Right. No, and wholeheartedly. I remember going through and playing senior night in high school, and it's something that all these players are going to carry with them for the rest of their life. And it goes back to what you were saying about how they've gone through the ranks and have earned their playing time, and how just fundamentally sound this defense has been all season for these Adrian College Bulldogs. So, I have to agree with what you're saying. This is going to be a very emotional football game, and I look forward to seeing how the Bulldogs look to end the season.
And, when you look at the MIAA, just a very deep, competitive, quality conference. This is, a season where a lot of teams brought back seniors. A lot of teams thought, hey, if we can get these 6 or 7 guys to come back, we could compete. I think we're seeing that with Alma, just what they've been able to do this year. Olivet, one of those teams. Obviously, Hope College They came in as the favorite, picked by the coaches. Adrian goes there, beats Hope in the first game of the conference season, and that's the highest of highs for this football team. It just shows the depth of this conference. And at that time, they were in the driver's seat. They came back here, lost to Trine 27-21, and just a difficult game where the Bulldogs outplayed the Thunder, but it wasn't so on the scoreboard. They had a chance a couple weeks ago to go to Albion as the big underdog and take control of the league. A lot of people didn't see that happening. So, I mean, you look at the 5-4 record. Who were the losses to? Top 25 Albion. Now a top 25 Alma. When we played Heidelberg earlier this year, that's a top 25 team, and you lose to your rival. That's just, you're winning the games you're supposed to win, I would say, for this season. That's kind of the way it's spelled out here this year.
Agreed, yes. The expectation going into those games is we're going to just put it all on the field and play the whole 4 quarters and just do our absolute best, because that's all they can ask for.
Kickoff moments away here from Adrian Docking Family Stadium, the final game of the season, the final, obviously, home contest here for Adrian College, as the winter sports will be ushered in here in just a little bit. It's snowing here. Slight breeze, not too bad out of the southwest. Here in Adrian, a cloudy day, snowing. I mean, it's just a cool atmosphere, and these are ones you remember. Like, you remember back to middle school football or high school football. You had that game or that practice that you had weather like this, and it just sticks with you for the rest of your life.
Yeah, you will always remember. I remember we played 2 games in the snow. We played 1 game at Muskegon Catholic Central, and then we played 1 game in the UP at Iron Mountain. And the game in Iron Mountain I remember so strong, because I remember going to the football field in the morning, Saturday morning, about 10 a.m., getting ready to play the football game, and there's about 3 feet of snow on the football field.
Yeah, and like, for me, I didn't play varsity football, but, it was a middle school practice. A middle school practice. Most people don't remember those, but it was like 20 degrees and snowing. And I was an offensive lineman, and those are the games you have the most fun with, and practices you have the most fun with. So I don't see a ton of throwing really here today. It's just cold. And if you're Adrian, your quarterback's coming back. Aaron Jenkins will be in the lineup. He's good to go. They also have Nate Bennett back, their left tackle. And, BK Kwiatkowski, he's back. Wade Ashman, the athletic linebacker, will be back for Adrian. So they'll be pretty much at 100%. That's good to see for the offense and defense. But, when you talk running the ball in Adrian College, for the last about 3 years, it's been Stephen Moses, the senior tailback, number 24. He came to Adrian as a linebacker, switched to running back. This offseason, they trained him at linebacker again. And they basically asked him, like, hey, we need you at running back. We have injuries. And he said, absolutely, coach. And he's been fun to watch.
Oh, yes, he has. Nothing short of just a power back. You give the ball to him, and you just let him run with it and let him do what he does best.
And as we look through this lineup, Landon Banks, a notable offensive lineman for Adrian. He's a freshman. He's played every game this season, a big physical guy at the right guard spot. Matt Pillow in the middle. He suffered an injury early this season. Glad to have him back. Jack Cecila has been a staple at left guard. I feel like he's played just about every game of his career. And you look at the receiving core. Kenny Kuyawa, he was really the go-to early. And then the offense kind of hit a slump, and they're like, who are we going to go to? Keontae Townsend, the senior, has really come on. He's caught 3 touchdowns in the last 2 games. He's been a real bright spot out at the wide receiver position.
Yep. And, again, it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, is all of these young players, and even players who are getting older going into their junior and senior years, even their graduate years, just coming out and just doing what's asked of them and just taking an opportunity of the chances that they're given here. Something all the starting lineup has done. These are all players who have earned their playing time. Doesn't matter if they're a freshman or a senior. They're here starting for a reason, because they've earned it, because their output has just been phenomenal for the offense all season.
And it'll be great to see number 17, the quarterback, Aaron Jenkins, back in the lineup. He can run, he can throw. He's put on a show. And a guy that, selfishly I wanted to see more. He didn't play most of the second half over in Albion. He didn't play the whole game last week at Alma. He was a guy that Adrian brought in as a transfer graduate transfer. A guy where the coaches say, look, we need to fill in a quarterback spot. We had one of the best statistical QB in school history, Jack Werzer. He graduated. We have this base here for you. We'd like to plug you in and take us to the promised land. And he just got hurt at inopportune times. The skill is there. I was so excited to watch him all season. And selfishly, I wanted to see a little more out of 17, but just the availability wasn't there this season. Here are the captains right now. It is Aaron Jenkins, Malik Ray, the senior from Hudson, Michigan, a local product, DeAndre Jennings, the defensive lineman, Justin Wiseman on the other side, and BK Brendan Kwiatkowski is the other Bulldog captain here today, number 6. And gosh, I remember Wiseman and Jennings when they were freshmen. We were on the road, I think it was at Aurora, and we had all 4 freshmen on the defensive line. And I'm like, man, I was doing color commentary at the time. I said, these are the fearsome freshmen. Like, these are the future. They're playing good ball, and this looks like it'll be their final game in the black and gold. We'll pause 10 seconds for our stations to identify themselves. This is Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more.
We're back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wentz, Kyle Plusha with you here this afternoon. Coin toss at the 50, and here come the Bulldogs onto the field. The 5-4 Adrian College Bulldogs here this afternoon on a snowy, cold, blustery Adrian, Michigan. The final chapter for a lot of these student athletes, but for some it's just the beginning. You want to get momentum going into next year, into the offseason. This is it. Olivet here in Adrian, they're going to hit the field as well. Kickoff moments away. I mean, it's bittersweet for this team, for Adrian College. High expectations internally. The mantra of no one believes in us. And they've made statements this year. And, when they got to the big moments, they didn't have some of their best players. And it's hard to, I hate trying to make excuses for this team, to sound like a homer. But when you lose your center for part of the year, you lose your quarterback, your left tackle. I didn't even mention Shea LaRue. He got hurt against Trine. That's a big guy on that defensive lineman. We didn't have him most of the conference season. But that's a great learning opportunity to get these guys in at big-time moments. And, you just hope this game can snowball. How about that for a pun? Into the next season. Final thoughts, Kyle, before we hit kickoff.
Overall, it just goes back to what you were saying. It is going to be bittersweet, but these are the moments that all these players live for. All of the seniors who know that they're not coming back next year want to sit out on top and leave the best outcome for themselves. But also in the grand scheme of things, this is a big moment for the freshmen because a lot of the freshmen could also see some game time today, make a statement, and earn their way to more playing time and to becoming a bigger name, as you were saying about the feisty freshman that you were talking about with Wiseman, a defensive line. So in the end, I think the things to highlight for this team is going to be how all of the non-returning players are going to respond to today, and also how all these young kids are going to make a name for themselves and carry this momentum on into the next season.
Olivet College to get the football first. Adrian will kick with the wind at their back. It's the freshman. He's got a leg. It's Alexander Owlett. He's a freshman from Onstead, Michigan, about 20 miles, 20-minute drive up US 223 in the village of Onstead. He can make an impact on special teams, absolutely. He has the ball on the tee at the 35. The final game of this regular season on the Adrian College Sports Network is underway. And the kickoff is high and returnable at the Olivet College 7, up to the 10, 15, a block at the 20, 25, 30, up the sideline to the 35, and finally forced out of bounds. Excellent start for this Olivet College special teams unit. There is a flag, though, down at the 28, and we'll see what that is. This could turn great field position into not very good field position for the quarterback, Evan Ormsby, the sophomore from Fort Wayne, Indiana. And that would explain why there was such an opportunity for the return man. It is a penalty on the Olivet College special teams unit. That backs them up to the 17, where they go with a 1st and 10 here on the road. Looking at this Adrian College defense, it's Kyle Minder in the middle. Andrew Newmer wearing 48 on the outside. Sam Madrid, the Adrian High School grad, out there at linebacker as well. Ormsby goes from the pistol, is running back behind him. Snap is away. It's going to be a run off the right side. Met in the backfield and falls ahead for a yard is the Olivet College running back. The defensive line, Carter Sadlowski up on the play for Adrian College, and it's a 2nd and 9 for the Comets on offense. The rush for Wright on that one. Dontel Wright, the freshman from Lansing. 2nd and a long 8 or a short 9. Bulldogs have 4 down linemen. Ormsby in the pistol formation. It's going to be a turn and a give right side. Sam Madrid missed a tackle in the backfield, but the rest of his teammates come up and make the hit after a 3-yard rush for the young man, and it's a 3rd down right now, a chance to get off the field if you're Adrian College.
A nice 4 and out would be a great way to start this game for Adrian.
They call it 3rd and 6 for the Comets from their 22-yard line. They need the Bulldog 27. Extra tight end in on the line for Olivet. 2 receivers out to the right. Ormsby in the gun with his running back off to his right side. Ormsby takes. He's going to roll to the right. Throw to the flat. It's going to be intercepted. A pick for the defense to the 15. 10-5. End zone. Touchdown. No, he's out at the 2. Oh, boy, it looked like Donovan McCary may have gotten his hands on that football. A pass to the flat, the Bulldogs pick it off. It is Donovan McCary, the safety. 1st and goal, Bulldogs.
Just great execution by the defense. Read the quarterback's eyes and just made a play.
Stepped out at the 2-yard line. Another interception. Adrian has a turnover forced in every game this season now. Now they're set up 1st and goal from the Olivet 2. An interception by Donovan McCary, the junior defensive back. Now it's Aaron Jenkins and company. 1st and goal, Adrian from the left hash mark. Has Stephen Moses and a timeout. And the Bulldogs need to call a timeout. They were not ready on the 1st down. Take an early timeout, and Kyle, if you wanted a great start, Adrian's had it.
You got a great, like I was just saying, it'd be great to get an easy 4 and out to start the game, to give the Bulldogs some momentum. And they even actually managed to even one up the 4 and out and cause a turnover on the first possession of the game.
Yeah, and on that interception, McCary was playing the sticks, as they say. They knew exactly where Olivet needed to go.
Exactly.
Jumped the route, intercepted that pass. It was well covered as well. And off the Bulldog timeout, they will set things up 1st and goal at the Olivet 2. Keontae Townsend in the game. He's set up alone down on the right side. 2 receivers up top to the left, Kenny Kuyawa and Cole Seslar. It is Stephen Moses in the backfield with Aaron Jenkins. Tight end tight to the line as well. It's going to be a snap and a give to Aaron Jenkins. Stutter steps to the 2 and gets hit and pushed backwards. No running room there for the grad transfer, and a flag on the tackle as Olivet pushed him back to the 15, and some extra stuff there on the Bulldog quarterback. So this should be 1st and goal now from the 1-yard line, half the distance. Not great discipline there by the Comet defender. We await the call. It's been second flag here in this one. We're at 13:22 of the first quarter of a scoreless tie. Conference between both officials. The flag happened at the 16. It's after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Olivet's 27, Logan Fee, the senior from Coldwater. It'll be a 1st and goal opportunity again for this Adrian offense. From the 1, Adrian brings everyone in tight now for this 1st and goal redo. Jenkins will back up into the shotgun. The snap from Matt Pillow. All the receivers tight in on the line of scrimmage. Claps his hands, gives Stephen Moses to the 2, and he's met in the hole. Adrian tries to go between the tackles. Olivet read it, and a quick tackle there. Now it's a 2nd and goal from about the 1.5.
And you know Adrian's going to work to establish the tempo of we're just going to hand this ball off and test your defense to see how you're going to stand, because that's just going to be the tempo for the rest of the game today.
2nd and goal. It is from the 2-yard line. We've played just over 2 minutes here. Off the Donovan McCary interception for Adrian College. 2nd and goal from the 2. 3 receivers split out. Snap to Jenkins. Give to Moses. Dives. Pylon. He's in. Got over that line. Touchdown Bulldogs. Stephen Moses right behind Matt Pillow. It's now Adrian 6 and Olivet nothing. You love to see that from the senior running back, Stephen Moses. He's been scoring in bunches this year. Fights to a tackle over the goal line and for the touchdown.
Just straight, simple, halfback ISO. Your offensive lineman just pick up the guy in front of you, give it to the running back, and let him plow through.
So Adrian turns the Donovan McCary interception and return into a touchdown, and a flag on the extra point. Somebody moved. We have our 3rd flag already.
Looked like.
And listening to the Bulldog coaching staff, they think it's against Olivet. And if it is, half the distance, and they have the offense ready to go, possibly for 2.
Looked as though we got a little neutral zone infraction from
somebody clearly
from the Olivet line.
Somebody moved. Offensive coaching staff getting their offensive call in, and it's offside on Olivet. So Adrian up 6-0 will go for 2 now to make it an 8-0 ball game here early. Stephen Moses, a 2-yard touchdown run. And now for the 2-point conversion. Jimmy Clark checks in the game at running back momentarily. There he goes. Had some extra equipment, a hand warmer, I think.
A little extra baggage.
Yeah, Coach Steer taking care of that. A la Bill Belichick, get that ball out of my face, you rookie. I don't need that. 2-point conversion for the Dogs. Jenkins takes, pitches it to Jimmy Clark, cuts back, and he's in for the Bulldog 2-point conversion. Jimmy Clark. It's 8-0. Adrian College with 12:36 left in the opening quarter.
And you know, this is what we were talking about to start the game. We want to see Adrian establish a tempo. Don't let Olivet come in and set the tempo against us. We want to be in full control all 4 quarters, and it seems as though we're already off to a great start.
Yeah, great start it is. 12:36 left in the first. It's Adrian 8, Olivet nothing. We'll be back in 30 here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
We are back on the Adrian College Sports Network. You couldn't have scripted a better start for Adrian College. They pick off the Olivet quarterback. Donovan McCary returned it to the 2. Stephen Moses with a 2-yard touchdown run and a 2-point conversion. It's 8-0 Bulldogs. Alexander Outlet with the kickoff, returnable up to the 15, to the 20, 25, and gets tripped up and tackled just over the 25-yard line. And that is where Olivet gets their 2nd possession of this football game. Play made by Adrian's number 27, Ethan Narkter. Ethan started the game last week in place of BK Kwiatkowski, number 6. So it's good to see him make a special teams tackle. Coach Steer very high on this young man out there, number 27. From the 27 go the Comets here. 1st and 10, Ethan Ormsby in the shotgun with his running back behind him. Send a tight end in motion across the formation. He's going to throw. Ormsby, his 2nd pass attempt. Feeling the pressure. Ball is out. It's on the turf. Who's going to pick it up? The Bulldogs will. Kyle Mindorf fumbled the ball on the sideline, and who's going to fall on this one? We have flags and footballs all over the place. Looked like DeAndre Jennings may have forced the football out. Minder had it running down the sideline. We have a flag and a bunch of stuff to sort out, and that's when I turn it to my color commentator. What happened on that play?
Great offside pressure. Looked like Justin Wiseman.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
ball was secured, but on the way on the tackle from the back. Ball pops out. Players going in and out. There's a whole lot going on there.
Yeah, it might have been a fumble out of bounds. And they're talking with the Olivet coaches. The official word is Bulldog football. And Olivet goes back to pass twice. First one was an interception. This one a fumble. Credit to the senior from Moraine City. I say that because that's my rival high school. This is the only time I root for a Moraine City player is Justin Wiseman. He didn't play early this season, but it's great to see him back in this lineup making plays. The ruling is a 1st and 10 Adrian from the Olivet 15. There's a sideline warning against Adrian. Just a warning, so it's 1st and 10. Bulldogs from the Olivet 15. 12:15 to go in the first. Already up 8-0 here at Docking Stadium. They'll go 4 receivers. 3 out to the right. 1 alone to the left. Cole Sesslar alone to the left. It's Poyer, Townsend, and Kuyaba on the right. Jimmy Clarkin at running back for Aaron Jenkins. Jenkins fakes a pitch and gets met in the backfield. Just no blocking up front on that play. Miscommunication had to be because Jenkins had nowhere to go. Gets dropped for a 2-yard loss.
No, and something that they'll have to take advantage of is when they go to this wide spread with a lot more speed. When you have Moses out on the sideline and number 20 on the game, you'll have to notice that they're not typically going to run the ball as much. They run a lot more RPO, option, and a lot more pass. So something that they're going to have to fine-tune in order to keep up the momentum.
Tyler Poyer in motion across the formation. Jenkins to throw a quick screen to Kuyawa. Caught it at the 19, taken down at the 14. And the Olivet College tackle out there for number 3 on your roster, Anthony Merriman III, the senior free safety. So it's now a 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs, or would be a 3rd and 9, I believe. There we go, 3rd and 9 from just inside the Olivet 15. So Adrian's had a drive start from the 2 and now the 15. They have it 3rd and 9 for Jenkins and company. The light snow falling here in Adrian. 11 minutes left in the first. They need the Comet 5. Jenkins looks right, feels some pressure, rolls out to the right. Aaron throws end zone, going for Townsend. Batted up in the air and falls incomplete. Townsend in a battle down there in that right side corner. And Adrian goes 3 and out, and they'll send the field goal unit out there. Good coverage by the Olivet corner on that play.
Yes, going back to what you were saying, great improvisation by our quarterback here, Aaron Jenkins, to roll out and give the wide receivers a little more time to make a play, get some more separation from their defensive backs. But going back again, great coverage by number 23, Clarence Brown of Olivet College.
So this is Walker Evans out to attempt a 31-yard field goal. Hardly any noticeable wind here. Kicking into the north end zone, the snap, the hold, the kick, and Walker Evans missed it to the right. Just pushed it. So Adrian forces 2 turnovers, but they get 8 points out of it the first drive, and Walker Evans missed the kick. Olivet takes over 1st and 10. Their 3rd possession. This one will be from their own 21-yard line. That's tough to not get any points off a drive that starts at the 15, Kyle.
Yeah, it's a little too early to tell, but at the grand scheme of things, if you look back towards the end of the day, field goals and missed opportunities like that are things that can make or break a game for you.
Evan Ormsby back. Hands off to his freshman running back. Tries to cut back to the middle. Not much there. That Bulldog front forced the freshman back. Dontel right. And Sadlowski, I believe Jennings on the tackle as well for Adrian College. And they give him 3 up to the 23 for a 2nd down and 7. 10:20 to go in the first. It's Adrian College 8, Olivet nothing. Ian Wentz, Kyle Flusha here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Comet receiver goes in motion into the backfield. It's going to be a run fake. Throw to the flat, caught, and a tackle right away. Nice job. I think BK came up. Brandon Kwiatkowski, the safety. Been saying that for 4 or 5 years here at Adrian College. Just a nose for the football, makes a good tackle on second down.
Outstanding defensive play.
I mean, he's in a spot where you think a linebacker tackled him. I had to double check, make sure it was number 6.
Yep.
And it was. Olivet, a third down, call it 9, lost 2 on that pass. Under 10 minutes now left in the first. Can the defense get off the field once again? They forced 2 turnovers already. Ormsby back to pass, stands in the pocket, waits, throws to the flat, caught at the 20 by Wright. Bulldogs come up and make a play at the 26. That's Andrew Newmer along with Kyle Minder makes the tackle. A pretty good game, but not enough, and Olivet looking at a 4th down.
Great convergence by the Bulldog defense to stop what could have been a very close first down. Ultimately forcing the running back to go back to the inside rather than playing to the sideline and possibly maybe stretching out for a first down here.
Ormsby 2 for 3 with an interception, 4 yards on that, his first significant completion. Olivet will punt from their own 26-yard line. The punter gets the snap. High spiraling kick, fair caught by Kenny Kuyawa inside the Bulldog 50 at about the Bulldog 42-yard line. So a little more distance for this Adrian offense to go. They had the first drive go at the 2, and they scored a touchdown. Their second possession started at the Olivet 15 and did not score. So a little more breathing room, I'd say, for the Olivet defense. And look, I know it's 8-0 early, but this defensive line for Olivet, I think they're making a difference.
Yeah, they are. And we're not seeing a lot of Stephen Moses, something that I noticed. We're getting a lot more play from Jimmy Clark. So, I don't know, maybe Adrian's looking to stretch the field a little bit more rather than test the tackle, so to speak.
Jenkins takes, gives. This is Clark. Bouncing through the middle of the Comet defense, ahead for maybe 2 to the Bulldog 43. Following Matt Pillow, it's Isaiah Simon playing right guard, so looks like no Landon Banks, at least on this drive. Freshman right guard. It's an offensive line that's really been jumbled due to some injury. This is the most full strength this line has been in quite a few weeks.
Yes, correct.
8 minutes left in the first. It's 8-0 Adrian College. 2nd and 8 from their own 43. Jenkins stands back in the shotgun. Jimmy Clark still there. Run fake to Clark. Jenkins going sideline. Going for Kugawa. Caught it over the shoulder. Inside the Olivet 30-yard line. What a dime from number 17. And a first down for Adrian College. Great throw and an even better catch from Kenny down there.
Looked like a little bit of a miscommunication between the Olivet defense. Just a perfectly placed pass right between the corner who got blown by in coverage and the safety who just could not get there to complete the coverage in time.
Little fade route from the slot for Kenny Kuyawa. It's a Bulldog first down at the Olivet 29. Comets show 4 across that line, and the snap is up over the head of Jenkins. Bounces. Aaron rolling to the sideline and throws it out of play. A flag is down. Olivet may have jumped that snap. Unsure. Aaron threw it out of bounds. It looked like he was probably out of the tackle box, so probably no grounding.
I would say so.
And another flag came up pre-snap, but that snap from Matt Pillow went a little bit too high.
That explained why Jenkins ran back another 15, 20 yards as we get a little replay here.
I mean, it looked like Pillow probably saw the defender jump early and snapped it. And look, people, it is snowing out there, so it may have just slipped out of Matt's hand a little bit. But trying to get 5 yards out of this Olivet defense, we await the call. And they're going to throw a flag at the 42 as well. And it's offside on Olivet. And they're going to give Jenkins an intentional grounding. Offsetting. So I'd like to be in the ear of Coach Jim Deere as to why it's a intentional grounding.
From here, it looked as though he got out of the tackle box, but I don't know.
Pass didn't get over the line of scrimmage. That might be the
the
Olivet argument. So we'll redo 1st and 10 off the long reception by Kenny Kuyawa. Jenkins' first completion of this football game. 1st and 10, they go. Kenny across the formation in motion. Give to Stephen Moses. Moses bounces left side. Moses to the 25 and runs out of bounds. His best run of the afternoon. It's going to be a 2nd and short for Adrian College. 2 catches for Kenny Kuyawa today, 31 yards. Moses rushing the football. That's his 3rd carry. Good for 8 yards here in the early going. It's 8-0. Adrian off the touchdown and 2-point conversion. Under 7 to go in the first quarter. 2nd down and 4 for the Adrian College offense from inside the Comet 25. Snap, fake. Jenkins rolls, throws, caught. Tyler Poyer, 20, gets a block at the 15. To the 10, lowers the shoulder and out of bounds. Blocking downfield by Kuyawa and Townsend. Sprung the Bulldog tight end free, and it's an Adrian College 1st and goal.
The offense is looking good. It really is. They look well sound. You can tell that this team is feeling great again, having all of their healthy players back.
Gosh, and just what could have been. You know, you look at a 5-4 football team. They lost a non-conference game to a ranked opponent. First week of the season, Coach Deere said, we are better than last year. And he said that time and time again. And a team that's been bit by the injury bug, but that's given players opportunities to make plays. And they've run into a really good MIAA this season. Jenkins takes this snap, gives to Jimmy Clark, flags all over the field as Jimmy gets down inside the 5. Both are in the Bulldog backfield. Likely a motion or formation penalty here on a 1st and goal. What a sloppy first quarter in terms of penalties for both teams, really. As they sort this thing out, and the shift is illegal for Adrian College. They apparently had 2 people in motion when the ball was snapped. Olivet has yet to gain a 1st down on offense. Adrian's had 3. Look at the penalties so far in this one. 3 for Olivet for 14 yards. That's the 2nd against Adrian College. 1st one enforced. Clock rolling here at 6 minutes to go in the first. 8-0 Adrian. Jenkins takes the snap, looks right all the way. Goes up top for Townsend. He goes up and it's batted away at the last moment. As battling down there in coverage was Olivet, number 7, Colby Lewis, the sophomore. Townsend going for that pylon on the right side. Ball maybe just slightly overthrown, but Townsend got his hands on it. You know, if you ask either player, they'd say that's my bad. You know, Aaron says I could have thrown that deeper, and Keontae says, man, I could have caught that ball.
Right. Yeah.
So we're looking at a 2nd and goal from the Olivet 13 after the illegal motion penalty. They send 3 receivers up to the left side of the formation. Townsend alone on the right. Moses in the backfield with Jenkins. Jenkins throws it out to Kenny Kuyawa, gets upended, flipped in the air and hit hard. He's up and he's okay. A lot of hurt for not a lot of yardage. A 1-yard pickup, and it's 3rd and goal from the Olivet 12. Trying to go for that screen pass out there. Had a couple blockers. Olivet sniffed it out. They bring in Malik Ray at running back. Ben Kolowski lines up in the slot, number 80. Townsend out wide to the right. Kuyawa and Seslar up on the left side. Jenkins from the left side hash calls out his protection. Olivet with 3 down linemen. Jenkins takes the snap, steps up in the pocket. Aaron gonna run it from the 10-5, powers his way in. Touchdown, Adrian College. Aaron Jenkins from 12 yards out. And that's the special ability from Mr. Aaron Jenkins. It's Adrian 14, Olivet nothing here in the first quarter.
Great improvisation here by Jenkins. Great job to know by Malik Ray, too, to just pick up a block and go.
Sprung the Adrian quarterback free. And the Dogs drive it 58 yards for the touchdown. Walker Evans will try the extra point. Snap is good. Hold is good. That kick is good. And like that, it's Adrian 15, Olivet 0 here on the Adrian College Sports Network. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Comet ball when we return on ACSN. Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wendt, Kyle Plusha with you. Kyle is senior at Adrian College. First football game.
First football game up here on the color. Last time I worked a football game actually was the homecoming game. I was on the I was down on the field working with the action cams with the football field.
Okay. This is Walker Evans, I believe, to kick this one off. It's going to be a roller, scooped up by Olivet at their 41-yard line. That's where they'll have it, 1st and 10. You know, I've done these 10 games this season, and I think we've had the same person twice. I think Brett Carlisle's done 2, and Aaron Klotz has done 2. It's been a fun rotation here. It's good to give people opportunities.
I know, I'm very, very, very grateful to be up here. This is a lot of fun.
15-0 Bulldogs. Olivet with their best field position. They go from their own 40 on a 1st and 10. It's been a tough afternoon for Evan Ormsby, the quarterback. He stands in the pistol at his own 35. Turns, gives, rush off right side. Some room there, but a big-time hit by Andrew Newmer in the hole. And 48 came to play this afternoon. Good tackle by him. The line forced the running back to cut back. And just a big-time hit by a big-time player. Well, those are fun to see. Those are highlight reel hits.
Oh, yeah.
Minder, Newmer, and Madrid out there at the linebacker spot. 4.5 to go in the quarter. 2-yard run by the Olivet tailback. Ormsby is going to give it to him again. Gets around the right side edge, some room, and is near a first down, but pushed out just short by, looked like, maybe Tyrell Diener down there, the Bulldog corner. Was it Diener? Okay.
Yep.
Bulldogs going with their all black with the gold outline.
Something I've noticed on this Olivet offense is they're pretty run heavy, and they tend to run lots of power and counter to the outside with the pulling guards and tackles going across and trying to give an advantage to the outside. So something to notice that they've been tending to do. They've been avoiding the inside, going to the linebackers and the interior defensive linemen, but rather would attack the outside linebackers in the corners, making the safeties and the other players have to go and make a play.
And a 3rd down rush for Olivet, I think, will give them their first down of this football game offensively. It's very close. DeAndre Jennings made the tackle. They give Olivet a 1st down off the run by Dontel Wright. So Olivet gets their first offensive 1st down here. 3:30 to go in this first quarter. It's Adrian 15 and Olivet 0. A 2-yard run by Stephen Moses and a 12-yard run for Aaron Jenkins are the 2 Bulldog scores. Also a 2-point conversion for Jimmy Clark. Olivet 1st and 10 from the top of Bruiser's forehead here at Docking Family Stadium, Kapnick Insurance Field. It's going to be a turn and give to Wright. Going off the right side. Down inside the Bulldog 45, and finally down at about the 42. A gang tackle by a couple of Bulldogs back there, and Olivet is ahead of the chains, as they say, for a 2nd and short. I give Jennings credit for the stop as the light snow flurries continue to fall here in Adrian. They might turn to some rain. It's, you know, kind of a wintry mix right now here in southern Michigan. Going to be a run. 1st down Comets inside the 40 to the 38-yard line, and that was Wright again. And that's Wright with a W, going to the right side with an R. And Olivet's found success on that side of the offensive line.
Yeah, it was just going back to something I noticed that their tendencies are is they are aiming to attack the outside of the offensive line. They want to have that extra bodies to give themselves that advantage stretching out, because you only have one outside linebacker and a corner out there, and everybody else has to come and fill in, giving you the sideline to play with.
1st and 10 at the Adrian 38. Dogs bring pressure. Ormsby rolls out to the left. Looking, rolling, tucks it in, and tackled behind the line. It's a sack for Kyle Minder. Back to the Adrian College 40. Ormsby felt pressure as Adrian brought a blitz. Sam Madrid forced him out. Kyle Minder picks up the mess, something that he has done his entire career at middle linebacker. Second down from the Adrian 40, 2nd and 12. Comets go 2 receivers up top to the right, couple of tight ends and a running back off to the left of Ethan Ormsby. Snap back, it's going to be give to Wright off the right side. Forced out to the edge and a big-time tackle out there for number 2, Jimmery Cannon. Gosh, has he been fun to watch. Jimmery Cannon, number 2, out there as he's just a junior. I am very happy that he'll be back next year. He's fun to watch. Also, Tyrell Diener, the junior defensive back. I'm going to sound old, but I remember their coming out party a couple, 3 years ago. Coach Deere just loves those two on the outside.
Yeah, he really does. They have been just fundamentally sound all season, just doing nothing but making plays.
Olivet going to run on 3rd and 9. Up the middle, Kyle Minder and BK Kwiatkowski combined for a stop at the Bulldog 34. And the rush there to number 1 for Olivet. And that is Deontay Higgins. Olivet brings out the special teams, Kyle. So a 3rd and 9, they decide to run the football. Are you kind of surprised they didn't try to throw there?
Yeah, I am, to be honest. It's conservative, being down 15-0 going into the second quarter. But maybe Olivet's head coach has a lot of trust in their defense.
And they are going to snap this ball with 5 seconds left in the quarter. The snap and the kick is up in the air. It's going to fall inside the Adrian 10 and roll inside the 5, and it's touched up there. Bulldogs pinned deep, and they will start the second quarter with the football leading 15-0 here at home. We'll switch sides of the field, and we'll switch sides in the booth. Just kidding. I like where I'm standing. It's Adrian 15, Olivet nothing. We'll be back in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wentz, Kyle Plesha with you here on the call. Josiah Durrell and Laura Witkowski engineering here this afternoon from Docking Stadium. And it's a Bulldog first quarter that saw 2 touchdowns, an extra point, and a 2-point conversion, a missed field goal, but a defense that forced an interception and a fumble, and they were playing just some good football on that side. Here as we operate with a 2-score lead in the second quarter. Worst field position for either team. Adrian will go from their own 3-yard line as we have a presentation down at the 40-yard line from Adrian College President, Dr. Jeffrey R. Docking. Now they're set to go.
Quick shout out to Emma Pelletier. You deserve the award.
That's who that was?
Yes.
Well, you were listening. I was trying to set up.
I also just know her. So.
Well, that helps. Yeah. I'm not as plugged in as I used to be, This is Aaron Jenkins standing in his own end zone. 3 receivers for Aaron. He's going to do a power run right side for Jenkins. Up to the 5. Makes a move at the 7. To the 10. Goes to the edge, and he has a Bulldog first down up near the 15-yard line. Good run for Jenkins. Gets him out of trouble early. Blocking on that right side by Braden Van Orden, the right tackle, and Isaiah Simon, the right guard. And an official's timeout. There's a Bulldog, I believe, on the turf. Is it Aaron?
Jenkins,
It's Aaron Jenkins again, and he's dealt with a concussion. He's dealt with some minor injury to his ankle, and after a 12-yard rush for Aaron Jenkins, Noah Heide, the senior quarterback, will warm up on the sideline with Jack Kuyawa, Kenny's brother, warming up on the Bulldogs sideline. So Aaron Jenkins down. He's being looked at by Jamie Fetter, the trainer, and Coach Jim Deere. We'll take a 30-second break as they look at the Bulldog quarterback. It's Adrian 15, Olivet nothing. Early second quarter on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
And Kyle Plusha here on the Adrian College Sports Network. The Bulldog quarterback Aaron Jenkins walks off the field under his own power, and he's been dealing with injuries all season. An ankle injury early kept him out for a little bit, and a concussion 2 weeks ago against Albion forced him to miss the second half of that game. And Alma last week, he's on the sideline, not being worked on, but just a conversation. This is Noah Heide in at the quarterback spot. The give is to Salvatore Paterno, and he busts through up to the 20 on the Adrian College rush. So we're seeing a full complement of Bulldog running backs with Moses, Jimmy Clark, and Salvatore Paterno now out here for Adrian. His first rush of the afternoon as they're getting the juniors some time here. Jimmy Clark and Moses, both seniors. So Adrian trying to see what they have at that running back position. 2nd and 5 from the Bulldog 20 here. First minute of our second quarter. Noah Heide is in at quarterback. Noah looks to throw. Goes up top. One-on-one and a momentary catch, but punched out as the Bulldog fans were looking for some pass interference as Keontae Townsend, the one-on-one coverage, but give credit to that corner out there for Olivet. Is that number 23?
Yep.
Out there for Olivet, the corner. Clarence Brown, the freshman, makes a play on the senior. Man, I like that for Keontae. I mean, he's worked really hard to get himself in that spot. A senior, really come on late. He's waited his turn, and the offensive play caller is giving him plenty of opportunities here in this first half. Kuyawa runs in motion. 3rd and 5 for Heide. Flips it out to the backfield, and it's caught. Wow, Paterno over the shoulder, good for maybe a yard. Heide avoids trouble, flips it out to his running back, and that's a tough grab. Being blanketed, but it's a 1-yard gain and a Bulldog 4th down.
Great play by Logan Fee, the senior linebacker for Olivet, to just stay with the coverage and just play it as well as he did. Ultimately causing Adrian to have to punt for what I believe is the first time today.
Yep, first punt for this Bulldog team here with 13:32 left in our first half. It's 15-0 Adrian College. Snap back to Sammy Lafata, the left-footed wonder. Puts his leg into this one, bounces at the 50 to the 45, rolls to the 40. Kenny Kuyawa waiting inside the 38, 37, 36 and a half, and Kenny's going to touch it up there. A nice boot from Sammy Lafata. And they put it right at the 37 for an Olivet 1st and 10. Bulldog defense back out again. I mean, there's been some certainly notable moments by this side of the football. We go back to their non-conference schedule. They brought Hanover into town, and they pitched a shutout, the first one in about 5 years. Coach Deere kind of knew then that they could have something special on defense. Here's Ormsby. He's going to unleash it, going for his man deep. It's tipped, and it's incomplete as Jeremy Cannon got a hand on it. No chance for the Comet receiver out there, Jalen Broussard. Good coverage deep by Cannon. It's a 2nd down and 10.
Great defensive coverage by our Adrian College Bulldogs. Same scenario happened earlier with the sides being flipped. Olivet on defense and Adrian getting that nice deep completion on the slot seam earlier in the game.
This is going to be a run for Olivet into the teeth of that defense, and Kyle Minder lowers his shoulder and knocks down the Olivet running back on a second down rush for number 19 out there, as Olivet's getting a look at a couple running backs here. That one by the freshman, Samuel Kanuji. Just a freshman for the Comets here. They're looking at a 3rd and 5 from their own 42-yard line. It's Adrian 15, Olivet 0. 12:37 left in our first half. Adrian shows 4 across the front. Domenico Tejada and Carter Sadlowski in the middle. Jennings and Wiseman on either side. They rush. Ormsby throws. Got a man caught inside the Bulldog 35 and slipping through a tackle down to the 25 is the Olivet College tight end, and what a big-time catch that was out there for Nick Pagano, the grad senior, listed as a wide receiver, but that's a big-bodied man, made a big-time catch.
Yeah,
I'll call him a tight end.
Yeah,
look at him.
Yeah, no, he's definitely one of those, could be either or positions, but he did a great job at finding the gap between the coverage. Looked to be a cover 2 coverage from Adrian there.
Best play of the day for this Olivet offense. They run off left tackle. Ball is on the turf. Oh, a fumble forced by Sam Madrid, and Adrian's got the ball. A 1st and 10 now for the Adrian offense as Sam Madrid sprints to the sideline, and the Dogs fall on it. Another turnover forced. It's their 3rd of this first half.
And just like that, Adrian responding. Let's see what we got here.
Just poked that ball out. It was Sam, wasn't it? Number 11.
Yep.
Did you see who fell on the ball?
I did not.
Doesn't matter. It was a Bulldog. And just when Olivet looked like they had a chance.
Yep.
After the big pass completion, Sam Madrid, the Adrian native, punches the football out. 1st and 10. Adrian at the 24. Still no Aaron Jenkins. It's Noah Heide at QB. Gives off to Stephen Moses. Moses off right side. Plows ahead over the 25 up to the 26-yard line. So a fumble right there. A fumble earlier and an interception for this Adrian defense. And Coach Martin Mathis, the defensive coordinator, I mean, Coach Deere just loves what he's done with this defense. They had a prior defensive coordinator on staff in the offseason. He left, about a month before this season really got underway, and it was Martin Mathis that jumped in, and he's done a great job with this Bulldog defensive unit. 2nd and 8, 11:15 to go in the half. Heide fakes a toss. Now he throws deep. Townsend out there in double coverage. He caught that ball. My goodness, inside the Olivet 40, down to the 34. How in the world did Key catch that football? And that is a massive throw and a huge catch. Heide to Townsend up that right sideline.
Gets a great release off the line of scrimmage. Great ball.
That might have been one-handed out there on the Comet sideline.
Yeah.
My goodness, Keontae Townsend. Gosh, you have to feel great for a guy like that, the senior. Huge first down at the Olivet 34. Oh, yeah, good throw by Noah, too. He's back. He's going to hand off. Stephen Moses left side, slips through one tackle and stumbles ahead to the Comet 30. 4 yards, I should say, for Stephen on that first down carry. Well, if we could save that video replay and send that to Keontae Townsend's parents, I'm sure he'd appreciate that. Parents, family, friends, me maybe.
Have a little bragging rights. Yeah.
That's right. I mean, they've been thrown to him one-on-one, right? And he hasn't really come down with anything.
Right.
They throw it to him in double, triple coverage, no problem. I got it.
Looking like my old idol Megatron playing for the old Lions.
And this will be a run for Salvador Paterno. Good push by that Bulldog front. Gives him about 3. Looking at a 3rd down and a long 2 for Noah Heide and company. Aaron Jenkins out with an injury. Not sure his status.
I don't see him on the sideline, so he might be in the 18 room being examined.
Adrian looking at a third down. They call it 3 from the Comet 27. Ian Wendt and Kyle Plesha with you here this afternoon. Week 10 of our college football season. Both of these teams 5-4 on the campaign. Noah Heide stands in. Comet shows some pressure off the edge. It's going to be a snap. Heide to throw. Noah steps up, going for Townsend, and some early contact. He couldn't squirt free, so a 4th down decision now for Coach Deere and the Bulldog offense.
I'm going for it here. You have the momentum.
Just the way your defense is playing, too.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure the confidence in kicking, a 43, 44-yard field goal here either.
No, not
into
in
a
these.
snowy conditions.
Yeah.
And here's a player checking in right now, Kyle, number 34, Shenard Foster. He's just a freshman from the Detroit area. And Coach Deere, Coach Bailey see some big things coming for number 34. He's in the backfield right off the right foot of Noah Heide. 4th and 3 for Adrian College. They need the Comet 24. Heide looks, throws middle, too low for Cole Sesslar, incomplete. Heide took a hit at the end of it, and Adrian turns the ball over on downs.
Great play call. Just a little bit of a miscue on the execution there on the play.
A little bit of pressure from the Comets too, and
Yep.
Heide threw it low. So this defense comes back out, already forcing 3 turnovers in this first half. With 9:09 left in it, it's Adrian College 15 and Olivet College nothing. We appreciate you tuning in. However, you are catching Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network. 9:09 left. No scoring in the second quarter thus far. Evan Ormsby at QB. The snap is low and a Comet falls on it. Never made it back to Ormsby. And a heads-up play by the left guard. I believe it was number 64 for Olivet. Fell on the football. And there's no 64 on my Olivet roster. Unless it's not 64.
No.
52? 64 is the center.
Yes.
So 52 must have fallen on it.
Yeah. Andrew Sakama, senior.
So it's a 1-yard loss for Olivet. 2nd and 11 from their own 26. They send a running back in motion out to the left. Ormsby to throw to the sideline, caught up over the 30, and quickly out of bounds is Jalen Broussard. Good for about 6 yards, and it brings up a 3rd down and about 5. Soft coverage by Jimmery Cannon. Wasn't letting him get past him, and Olivet looking at a 3rd and medium here. 8:23 and rolling here in a snowy football game. Snow not sticking to the turf here, but certainly flying through the air. Olivet needs the own 37. They're going to run on 3rd and 5, and he's not going to get there. Great run pursuit by the Bulldog defenders. Justin Wiseman in there. And Domenico Tejada making an impact, and Olivet runs the ball again on the 3rd and medium, and they're going to punt here on 4th down. I think just they kind of know what this Adrian defense is doing on these pass plays, right? They haven't really done much through the air this afternoon.
No, Olivet's had 1 or 2 big pass plays throughout the air, but other than that, it's been pretty quiet from the quarterback to the receiver connection today.
Here's a good punt, fielded by Kenny Kiyawa at the 32, slips 1 tackle, but not the other 2. Kenny takes a licking at the zone 32 as the Olivet College punt by 84, Brendan Sine, gives the Bulldogs the football back with 7:26 to go. Here in a 15-0 first half for Adrian College.
Interesting play call there on 3rd and 5 to run a run play, but also a somewhat slower developing run play. I wonder if the coaching staff saw something that they liked and maybe they were thinking that they could get a miscue.
It's an Adrian College football here. 1st and 10, they go from their own 32-yard line. Up here 15-0, middle stages of our second quarter. It's Noah Heide in at quarterback. He will take, he will give. It's Stephen Moses. Some room for Stephen up over the 35. Dives ahead near the 1st down. Up near the Adrian 42, and it will be 10 yards for number 24 and an Adrian 1st down. Amir Jones gets credit for the stop for the Comets. Good rush there following Jack Cecila, the left guard. Nathan Bennett in at left tackle. So happy to have Nate Bennett back next year, just a junior, in that Adrian College offensive line. They love running behind 74.
Yes, they do.
1st and 10, AC at their own 42. It'll be a run that way. Stephen Moses jumps ahead for a gain of 4 as they do follow Nate Bennett and Jack Cecila out there. Cecila listed as a junior in your program as well. So that left side likely will be back there next year for Coach Deere and company. But this receiving core will look a little bit different. Get to that a little bit later. 2nd down and 6, 6:15 to go in the half. Adrian 15, Olivet nothing. The Comets have 4 defensive linemen. Here's the snap. Run to Moses. Out of some trouble up near the 50 and goes down a couple yards shy of the first down as number 1 for Olivet in on the stop, Isaiah Moon, brings up a 3rd down and about 1.5 for this Adrian offense.
Another great outside block from Kenny Kiawa, picking up that outside linebacker to give Moses the outside attack to be able to get what could have been potentially only a 2 or 3 yard gain. Ultimately, what will result in what should realistically be a obtainable first down for
Aaron Jenkins.
Adrian.
Checks back in at quarterback on a 3rd and 2. It's going to be Aaron all the way. Gets a block up to the 45. Room at the 40. Jenkins on the run to the 35. Out of bounds at the Olivet 31. Man, I wish I could have seen that a lot more this season. But when he's in the game, Aaron Jenkins making plays like that for this Adrian offense. And he will check out of this ball game, converting a 3rd down and 2, picking up 20-plus yards for this Adrian offense. Cecila pulling around from that left side.
Great attack, great cutback.
Yeah, I mean, if Jenkins can get to that second level, linebackers and safeties don't really stand a chance.
No. His athleticism is remarkable.
1st and 10 Dogs at the Comet 31. Under 5 to go in the half. Noah Heide takes. Gives. Here's Malik Ray through the middle. Some room for Malik. Down to the Olivet 26. Maybe the 25. Good push by Matt Pillow at that center position. 6 yards for the Hudson senior and a 2nd and medium as Moses checks back in. Malik Ray has been really thrown into a blocking position out there for this offense so far. Suffered an injury earlier, but when he runs the football, he's very secure with it. 2nd and 4 now. 4:20 to play in this first half. Comets with 4 down linemen. They show pressure off the defensive left side. Heide stands in the gun. Gives. Here's Moses left side. Steven bounces it outside. Moses to the 20 and heads to the sideline, and he gets pushed out after an Adrian College first down. About 10 yards for Steven, and this Adrian offense is really churning here in the second quarter. At left side again, Nate Bennett, Jack Cecila. And look, Kyle, if you're going to have success running the football, you do need, of course, the line play. But it's about the receivers. You've mentioned the way Kenny Kuyawa has been blocking today. It's really all those guys. If you want to run well, you have to block at your receiver position.
Yes, exactly. And that's so critical to a football team to have great perimeter blocking from your receivers, because it ultimately makes your offense diverse. It gives you a lot more diversity and ability to make plays.
Noah Heide will hand off Moses right through that middle of the defense, maybe a yard for Steven down to the Olivet College 15. And with about 3.5 to go in the half, Adrian working some clock here, leading 15-0. And it's not just, high school football, Division III, Division II, every level of the sport. If your receivers can block, you're going to do good things, even at the pro level. I mean, and I think coaches are getting that through to these young receivers. If you want to get on the field, you have to block.
Right.
You go back probably 15 years. Hines Ward for Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Big-time example.
Yes.
Golden Tate kind of in Detroit a few years ago. Aaron Jenkins back in the game. He'll run off right tackle and gets walloped after a gain of a couple. Huge tackle out there for 51. Isaac Rowe, the linebacker, the sophomore, hits Jenkins, and he checks out. So we're going 2 quarterbacks here. Jenkins started. Noah Heide came in after Jenkins got hurt, but if Adrian wants to run that quarterback power, Jenkins apparently good enough to go.
Reminds me of Michigan's attack with Cade McNamara and J.J. McCarthy last year. Dangerous duo.
This is Heide looking at a 3rd and 7 from the Comet 13. 2:15 to go in the first half. Adrian trying to make this a 3-score game and a timeout as the play clock was running down. Coach Jim Deere and Bailey will talk about it. We'll talk about it as well. It's Adrian 15, Olivet nothing. Bulldogs knocking on the door. We'll be back in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Welcome back here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Went and Kyle Plusha with you here this afternoon. Adrian called the timeout. They're looking at a 3rd and 7 from the Olivet 13. If you're the Olivet defense, who are you keying up on this throw? I'm not going to say it's going to be Keontae Townsend, but you have to look at number 3 on that Bulldog offense.
Yeah, those were going to be my top 2 that I were going to. A sneaky choice, honestly, is the middle receiver. Looks to be
Ben Kolaski.
Yep.
All right. He's lined up on the left. Keontae alone on the right. Bulldogs need the Comet 6. It's a 3rd and 7. Noah Heide straight back to pass. Has time. Now he doesn't. Steps up, and he escapes pressure. Heide out the left side. He's going to get a first down inside the 5 dimes pylon, and he didn't quite get there. What an athletic move by number 12 to pick up a first down. He looks over to the bench. I'm sure Aaron Jenkins with approval as Noah Heide slips a couple would-be tacklers, picks up the yardage, gets 9, and a huge Adrian first down. Not once, but twice, eluding the Comet pressure. And Heide sets him up 1st and goal at the Comet 3 with under 2 minutes to go in this half.
Amir Jones for Olivet was so close to having a very pivotal play here in the red zone, but ultimately just another great play by quarterback Noah Heide.
This is where Stephen Moses makes his money. It's a give to Stephen. Try in the middle, and he gets met in that backfield, maybe down to the 2. As Aaron Jenkins checks back into the game, Salvatore Paterno as well in that running back spot as Moses checks out.
And they're speaking of the double, Amir Jones and Ricky Williamson there to make the play.
Bulldogs close, up 15-0 here. Final minute of the first half here at Docking Family Stadium. Aaron Jenkins back in the football game. With Salvatore Paterno off to his right. 5 on the play clock. Jenkins is going to run off right side. He's going to get pushed into the end zone. Touchdown, Adrian College. Jenkins has a couple. Follows that right side. Braden Van Orden paved the way, and it's a Bulldog touchdown with 48 seconds left in the half. 21-0 Bulldogs. Aaron Jenkins with 2 touchdown runs in this first half. Just that right side power.
You got a nice offset look here with big running back, big tight end. Go pick up a block. Excuse me, that's Malik Ray at the A spot. Picking up a nice big block to give Jenkins the slot to get into the end zone.
Walker Evans bangs it through. No, he didn't. He bangs it, but he missed it. It's 21-0. Adrian College out in front. 48 seconds left in this first half. We'll keep it right here on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Went, Kyle Plusha with you. Kyle, you're a senior. We got to ask you all the normal college student questions. What's your major?
I am majoring in exercise science. I have a minor in public health. The focus for my degree after going to school here at Adrian is strength and conditioning. So I will work to take the board exam for that in the spring with the hopes to be certified in that, going into getting a job, going in post-graduation.
All right, fantastic. So have you spent time with the many athletic programs here at the college?
Yes, for a while there I was in the athletic training program, but I decided I wasn't necessarily liking the athletic training portion of it, but I rather wanted to do the strength and conditioning portion. That's why I moved to strength and conditioning. But there's a part of me that might eventually move back to athletic training, or might at some point find myself coaching. Preferably the sport that I would love to coach would be football due to my background in it.
Fantastic. Well, you have plenty of time to decide. You have your whole life ahead of you, as they say. Alexander Olivet with the run-up and the kick. It's a flying saucer. Hits at the Comet 15, scooped up at the 9. Quickly up to the 20. Hits a Bulldog there. Not taken down up to the 30. Falls ahead to the 34-yard line. As a nifty little return by the Olivet return man. That's number 20 back there, the freshman Dawson John. Got through the first Bulldog tackler, and with 40 seconds, can the Comets generate anything offensively? And they've had a tough afternoon. 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and an interception.
Yeah, we really have to highlight that the main cause of these turnovers has been the excellent pressure coming from this Adrian College Bulldogs defensive line, specifically Wiseman having the strip sack and the fumble cause, and then the recovery by all the linebackers.
Final 40 seconds of this first half. Ormsby, the quarterback, gives off. It's going to be a reverse. They're trying to run off to the edge to get to the 30, 35, up near the 40. A lot of running for about 4 yards. Pushed out on the Bulldog sideline. It's number 1, Deontay Higgins.
Great play by BK to collapse. Notice the reverse. Don't bite on the first jet motion, and to get back to making ultimately what could have been a very big play for Olivet College to, as you said, to be a lot of running for only 4 yards.
Clock stops, 33 seconds left in this first half. It's 21-0 Adrian College. They send another man in motion, and a flag likely against the Olivet offense. It's a false start. A little bit of confusion. And you look at the Olivet numbers. Passing for Ormsby, just 6 attempts, 4 completions, good for 43 yards. He's been sacked twice. Receiving, it's really been Pagano, just the 1 catch for 33 yards. Not too much on the ground either. 3.1 yards a carry for Wright on 7 attempts. It's a 2nd and 11. It's going to be a run off the left side edge. Gets near the line of scrimmage, but not much more. As Adrian takes care of that one with 20 seconds left in this first half. That might be the final play unless Olivet hustles to the line or we have a timeout. And it looks like we have a timeout as the snow continues to fall here in Adrian, Michigan.
I was just about to say this. I was
it's picking up.
Wow, I was going to say, it looked like the snow was getting a little bit thicker down here.
And the Comets call a timeout with 18 seconds left here. We'll take a 30-second break. It's Adrian 21, Olivet nothing. You're tuned in to the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Both teams coming out of a timeout called by Olivet. They're looking at a 3rd and 9 from their own at 35. And I am so excited that the snow is picking up. I was going to be a bummed out person if it switched over to rain. Snow is much more fun than rain. Adrian pitching a shutout in this first half. 27 seconds left in it. Olivet needs their own 44. This will be a runoff left side. He might get it. He's going to be hit near the line to gain. He got a first down. The jet motion over there to, I believe it's Bo Brandt, the sophomore running back. And the Bulldogs secondary forced to make a stop. And Olivet calls another timeout with 21 seconds left in this first half. And we'll keep it right here. So Olivet finding some success on the ground in this drive.
Yeah, yes, they are. You've noticed all of the plays have been to the outside. Actually, they've been a little bit of trickery, lots of reverses, jet sweeps. They haven't really, like I've been saying, they haven't really been attacking the interior defensive linemen and challenging those linebackers to be filling the gaps. They've been wanting to go to the outside to try and isolate, to make these linebackers, the outside linebackers, your corners and your safeties, make these plays and stay away from the big playmakers there, like they do in the middle of the in the middle of the defensive line, especially coming from Kyle Minder. He's been all over the field today.
Teams out from their huddles. Olivet called their second timeout. Down 3 scores here at Docking Family Stadium. 2 receivers left, 2 right for Evan Ormsby at quarterback. Takes the snap. He's going to throw. Looking left side. Caught near the sticks and walloped out of bounds. Jimmery Cannon laying the lumber, but a catch made right at the sticks for a Comet first down. Down in the Bulldog 42, but the receiver paid the price out there as Broussard caught it. Wind picking up a little bit here out of the southwest. It's bringing that snow with it. 17 seconds left in this half. Bulldogs backing up their coverage. Ormsby throws sideline, caught at the 34, and out of bounds is Broussard. 14 seconds now. This Comet offense can move the football. You go back a few weeks, they took trying to triple overtime at their home field and ultimately lost, but they can put up points in bunches here.
Right.
Second down and 2. Ormsby throws, sideline, caught to the 30 and out of bounds for a Comet first down. The reception made by 88 Nick Pagano.
Doing a great job at attacking the outside of the. Doing a great job at attacking the inside or the outside towards the sidelines to not only get these first downs but also allow themselves to stop the play clock.
10 seconds left in this first half. It's Adrian 21, Olivet nothing. From the Bulldog 31 go the Comets. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Ormsby looking left sideline, throws caught at the 36. Out of bounds real quick is Broussard. As Broussard's caught about 4 passes alone on this drive. 7 seconds left in this first half. That's been all Adrian College. At some point, they're going to have to take a shot here.
Yeah, you're running out of time.
Possibly 2 more plays. They're going to put 4 receivers out in a diamond formation out to the right side. Here goes Ormsby looking that way. He's going to roll it, and a whistle stops play. I think Adrian got a timeout in there before the snap, as they may have been caught off guard by that formation. So an Adrian College timeout, they'll put that time back on the clock. So it'll be 7 seconds left in the half. We'll take a 30-second timeout. It's Adrian 21, Olivet nothing on the Adrian College Sports Network. Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. 7 seconds left in this first half. It's Adrian 21 and Olivet nothing. Ian Went and Kyle Plusha with you here this afternoon. They come out in the same formation, diamond formation on the left side out of the Adrian College timeout. Evan Ormsby back, takes the shotgun snap, some pressure, steps up and sacked. Adrian got to him back at the 31. Who's going to get credit for that? I think it was it 93 Randall Broom gets credit for the tackle?
Yes, it is.
What great pressure up the middle. And a timeout for Olivet with 1 second left.
As we get a nice replay here. Just great.
I mean, they rushed
attack.
4 and got to Ormsby. And Olivet lucky to get a timeout called. They put some time back on the clock. It shows 3 seconds. And the Comets looking at what would be a 3rd and 9 from the Adrian 30. I mean, that wasn't even a coverage sack. I mean, Broom got there in a flash.
He did.
Go ahead. No, it's fine.
Overall, it looked just to be a power rush. Just simply, I'm just going to attempt to run you over to get to this quarterback, and that's exactly what he did.
Adrian will get the football to start the third quarter, so likely would be a heave to the end zone for Ormsby unless they're going to trot their kicker out. They're going to try to kick this thing. A slight breeze at the back of the Olivet College kicker. 83, Samuel Roos, the senior from Langsburg. He will try this thing from 47 yards away. Wind slightly at his back. The snap and the hold. The kick is blocked. Adrian College blocks it. Jimmery Cannon got in there. And it's loose at the 8. Adrian falls on it, but what a way to end the first half. Jimmery Cannon flies in and blocks the kick. Adrian pitches a shutout in the first half, and it is 21-0, and what a defensive showing for this Adrian College group. And what a jump off the snap he got.
Untouched.
What great work.
Great effort
by the Bulldogs special teams, and it is 21-0. We've hit halftime here at Docking Stadium as the snow continues to fall. What a great first half of football for the hometown Bulldogs. 21-0 is our score. We've hit halftime. We'll take a break here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
crosses over, back onto the far side. Rips a shot, she scores!
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
What if you didn't choose to become an Adrian College Bulldog? Surely you would have carried on with your education and could potentially be graduating elsewhere. But what would you have the honor of greeting Bruiser on campus? Would you have had the privilege of working alongside faculty that know your name? Would you have had the opportunity to learn and grow in an environment that is seeking the truth and dignity in all people? Would you have had a creative learning environment that is supportive of challenging you and achieving excellence in your academics, but also your personal and professional lives? This has been Adrian College's promise to us. Just as our families have promised to love us unconditionally and support us through the many peaks and valleys of our lives, Adrian offered a similar promise to us when they realized our potential by asking us to join them. While we have been busy navigating the many what-ifs of our time, none of which we could have imagined, we have indeed found the cane that holds our ribbons of excellence at Adrian to stand strong. Strength and tradition. A tradition that carries on from graduating class to graduating class. A symbolic reminder of the leadership carrying the motto, no victory without work. The Adrian College class of 2021 can proudly proclaim that we have earned our ribbon of excellence for persevering through a pandemic because of our hard work. We have had to learn how to best navigate the many what-ifs in uncharted times. While some of the what-ifs have been answered, it is now up to each of us to embrace and navigate on our own. What if I take that job? What if I decide to continue on for postgraduate endeavors? What if I decide this? What if I decide that? No matter what, you'll be able to face your tomorrow knowing that you are a member of a pack, the Adrian College Bulldogs class of 2021.
Part of the family here at Adrian College are the friends we've made. These friends have gone to games with you, shared late night tales with you, explored downtown with you, and joked around with you at Ritchie. They were in the library with you at midnight studying for the 8 a.m. exam you forgot to study for. And they're there when you cried because you failed that exam. These friends are your new family members now. You will stay in touch with them forever, even if it's just liking their Facebook post about the new puppy they just got. Parents, family, and friends, we cannot thank you enough for everything you have done for us. Thank you for the support and the opportunity for this moment to graduate from Adrian College. You have helped us reach our dreams and goals in life. Congratulations, class of 2021. We finally made it.
Adrian College has once again found itself on the 2022 U.S. News & World Report Best College Rankings. This is the 8th straight year that Adrian has been named to the top regional colleges Midwest section. Adrian College was also named the most innovative school in the regional colleges Midwest category. In addition, Adrian received accolades in Best Value in undergraduate teaching within regional colleges Midwest. Adrian College was also named in the top first-year experiences by U.S. News & World Report. This marks the 13th consecutive year that Adrian has appeared in U.S. News & World Report. To see the full rankings, visit their website. For more information on Adrian College, visit adrian.edu. Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent in accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
Bulldogs fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent in accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. I'm Ian Wentz, joined in the booth by Kyle Plisha, and helping us out here on the campus, Josiah Terrell, and Cameron Overmeyer helping us out here today. Laura Rutkowski back in the studios in downtown Adrian, and it is a 21-point Adrian College lead as the snow continues to fly here at Docking Family Stadium. We're seeing some snow accumulating, sticking on the ground here at Kaepernick Insurance Field. And for a look back at the first half of what we saw, Kyle, a little bit of everything for Adrian College, offense, defense, and special teams.
Yeah. The defense starting the day right off, first possession of the day, getting an interception, taking it all the way to the 2-yard line. Next possession following that for Olivet, they've caused a forced fumble on the strip sack by Justin Wiseman. That's recovered by Adrian. Sadly, that drive didn't ultimately end in points, but again, still two turnovers coming in the first 2 drives for Olivet really set the tone that this defense was out here to play. Make the Comets have to really work if they want to stay in this game.
A 21-0 score. Let's look at the scoring. Back in that first quarter, it was Stephen Moses with a 2-yard touchdown run off of the Donovan McCary interception. It was 6-0 Bulldogs. They went for 2 points on that possession, and it went to Jimmy Clark to score that one. Now, the second touchdown of the first half was from Aaron Jenkins. He ran it in from 12 yards away for the Adrian College touchdown. Walker Evans would make the extra point, and it would be 15-0. Only score in the second quarter was Aaron Jenkins, a 3-yard run with a Walker Evans extra point missed. That capped an 11-play, 68-yard drive for 6.5 minutes. And as we look at some of the totals for yardage in this first half, passing yards favors Adrian College, and rushing attempts and yards as well. The Bulldogs more than doubling up Olivet.
All in all, it just goes back to what we were saying earlier before the game started. Adrian needed to control the tempo and establish the momentum of how they wanted to dictate the first half. And it seems as though they couldn't have done it any better than they already did.
As we look at the possessions from the first half, obviously the first one for Olivet was 3 plays and 4 yards, resulted in the interception, and the Bulldogs took it in for a touchdown 4 plays later. The first play of the next Olivet drive was that fumble, and Adrian would go 4 plays, 1 yard, and miss that field goal. Olivet went 3 and out again, forced a punt. That would be an Adrian College 9-play, 59-yard touchdown drive. Olivet would go 8 plays, 26 yards, and end up punting. The Bulldogs go 4 plays, the fourth being a punt. They started from inside their 5. Olivet would go 4 plays, 38 yards, and that fumble forced by the Bulldog defense. Adrian would go 6 plays, 49 yards, turn it over on downs. Olivet forced to punt and a 3 and out. That next drive was the touchdown drive. 11 plays, 68 yards. And Olivet, to end the first half, went 9 plays and 36 yards. And they had a field goal blocked by Jimmery Cannon. Adrian running the ball for 112 yards in this first half. Leading rusher for the Dogs in the first 2 quarters, it was Aaron Jenkins with 7 carries, good for 48 yards and 2 touchdowns. Stephen Moses, 11 carries, 42 yards, averaging just under 4 per carry with a touchdown today. Also, looking at the receiving, Kenny Kiyama has the most catches with 3, good for 32 yards, averaging over 10 a catch. Keontae Townsend, 1 catch for 40 yards. Tyler Poyer, 1 catch for 15. And Paterno Salvatore with 1 catch, good for 1 yard. And Kyle, let's look at the offensive leaders for the visitors from Olivet.
So to start us off, receiving, our top 2 leading receivers are Pagano with 2 receptions for 37 yards, and that being also number 2 for Olivet is Jalen Brossard. He has 5 receptions for 27 yards. Just to build off of that, it's been a very slow day for this Olivet offense. Little passing, little receiving, little rushing for this team. To go into the rushing a little bit, we have leading attempts for the Olivet College being number 19, Samuel Kunji, with 30 yards to gain on 6 attempts. We have Dontel Wright, with 7 attempts for 22 yards gained. Players averaging 5 yards per carry and 3.1 respectively. So all in all, it's been a very slow start for this offense.
Yeah, Olivet moved the ball well on their last drive, and they couldn't score on it with the Bulldog blocked field goal. Adrian will get the football to start the second half. We'll take a 30-second break. It's Adrian 21, Olivet nothing on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wentz, Kyle Plishat, and Josiah Durrell hanging out with us here at Docking Family Stadium. Megan Abbey overseeing this entire production here this afternoon, along with Laura Witkowski. Put 15 minutes up on the third quarter clock. Adrian will get the football as we've been hovering right around freezing all day here in Adrian, and the snow is starting to accumulate down on Kapnick Insurance Field here at Docking Family Stadium. Both these teams 5-4, trying to end the year on a prideful note. We have an official conference at the 50, looking for a football, I think. They have one from the field judge. Little ref huddle here, and they break it. Officials all over the place. Football handed off to the Olivet kicker. Number 83, that's Samuel Roos. He will kick off his first opportunity to do that here in this one. His team scoreless, and Adrian kicked off to start this football game. So it'll be a Bulldog football here. Bulldog sideline getting hyped up and warmed up with a 3-touchdown lead here at home. The comic kicker walks, trots, runs up, foot to leather. It's a line drive kick. Caught by Schnard Foster and fumbled out of his hands. He'll take a knee in the end zone for the Adrian College touchback. It would have been a difficult one to catch cleanly, and a smart play by the freshman.
How long do you think we start seeing some snow angels being made on the sidelines?
We'll see. I think we'll see about 8 post-game. They'll wait till after the game.
Yeah.
I think the over/under is 8.5 for snow angels.
That's a good over/under. I'm taking the over.
Especially some of these players that came up to Michigan from those southern states, not used to seeing some of this snow.
Right.
Especially the freshmen. Here we go. Opening possession, third quarter. It's Aaron Jenkins at quarterback. 2 receivers and a third out to the left. It's a Jenkins run. Starts left, goes back to the right. Aaron up to the 25. Stiff arm up to the 28-yard line. A short rush for number 17. Tried the left side. Olivet closed it off and forced him out to the edge, and it's a 2nd down and 7 up to the Adrian 28.
Yeah, great cutback by Jenkins to make something out of nothing, realistically.
2nd and 7. Power formation, it's a run. Paterno, room off the left edge. Paterno to the 35. Bulldog first down. Started middle, jump cut to the left. Good vision by the running back in an Adrian College. 1st and 10. Up to the Bulldog 38 they go. 1st and 10, they'll keep Paterno in the AC backfield. 2 receivers tight to the line on the left, Sessler and Kuyawa. Townsend alone on the right. It's a give Paterno. Jump cut. Falls ahead. I don't think he got anything.
Maybe,
good closing speed by that Olivet defense. 2nd and 10.
So Olivet being a little bit more tighter. Their shades, noticeably from the second half compared to their first, is a little bit tighter more. They're focusing more on stretching this defensive line to allow the linebackers to play more of the middle and allow these outside, specifically the edge rushers, to keep it contained, to help and stop this, what has been a super productive offensive rush attack here by the
2nd and
Bulldogs.
10 for Jenkins. A catch by Townsend. Gets through a couple tacklers and thrown into the Bulldog bench. Gain of about 8 and some talking back and forth between the Bulldogs sideline and the Olivet defender. Number 99, an active day for Amir Jones, the defensive lineman, coming out to help his secondary make a tackle. Townsend got 9, brings up an Adrian 3rd and a 1 from their own 47. Kuyawa and Townsend on the right side. Seslauer alone up to the left. Tyler Poyer in at tight end, lines up on the right side of the line, and Malik Ray at running back. Jenkins takes the snap. It's a run for the quarterback. Jenkins in Olivet territory, slips through a tackle and goes ahead to the 40. And yes, sir, Aaron, that's a 1st and 10 Adrian College, as he lets the Olivet defense know by his left-handed signal. He did get the yardage. Good run of 13 for Jenkins down to the Comet 40.
Another great lead block made by Malik Ray. He's been prioritized as a leading block tonight, with only a couple of rushing attempts himself. But nonetheless, it's been effective.
Adrian's opening possession of this third quarter ahead 21-0. 12.5 to go, and a little bit of early movement from Jack Cecila. They'll count the false start and back up this Bulldog offense to the 45, where it will be 1st and 15. Boy, he was excited, Kyle. I think it was going to be a run play as he was pulling around to the right.
Yep. Just a tad bit too early.
Bulldog football, 1st and 15 from the Comet 45. Aaron stands in the shotgun from the 50. It's a give to Stephen Moses. Right side for Stephen. Lowers the shoulder pads down to the 39. Picked up the penalty yardage, and they'll give him 5 on the rush. So just 5 for number 24, but following Braden Van Orden and Isaiah Simon, the right tackle and right guard respectively, as the Comets limit the damage to make it 2nd and 10.
Number 94, David Curl for Olivet, had a great interior pressure made to almost cause another loss in yardage for Adrian, but was unable to complete the play. But something to notice.
Yeah, the Olivet defensive line has had some flashes here this afternoon. 8 on the play clock. 11.5 to go in the third. 4 seconds. The snap from Matt Pillow. It's a handoff to Stephen Moses. Moses left side. Gets hit by that Olivet defensive line. Forward for 2. As number 94 in there for Olivet. Curl again. Also number 97 in on there. Dylan Weaver, the sophomore. So will we see a pass from Aaron Jenkins? Since he was hurt in that first half, he was only really running the football, as Noah Heide took most of the pass attempts.
I think here personally it would be wise to throw a pass play here, with it being 3rd and long. But I don't know. Anything's possible when you have Jenkins at the under center here. You have to trust his athleticism.
Snow flurries flying here in southern Michigan. It's a 3rd and 8. Adrian needs the Comet 30. Aaron Jenkins from the shotgun. It's going to be a run to Stephen Moses. Bounces it off to the left side. 35. Goes down inside the Olivet 35, near the 31. And I think if you're Coach Jim Deere, you're going to run this football on a 4th and 1. 9 yards picked up by Stephen.
Yes. Great play by Moses here to stretch it to the outside and allow himself to make a play to get those yardage that they needed.
Moses checks out. Malik Ray is back in. If you're Olivet's defense, you're thinking quarterback run and follow 21, the lead blocker. 5 minutes played in the opening drive of the third quarter. Jenkins takes a snap, run up the middle, need the 30, and he gets stuffed in the backfield. He did not get it. Olivet with a turnover on downs. Coming in to help was the defensive back Isaiah Moon. Finished off a play that was started up front. Bulldogs turn it over on downs at the Olivet 32. And that's exactly what happened. They followed Malik Ray to the quarterback and made a solid tackle on Aaron Jenkins.
Correct.
They might be listening to the broadcast.
I surely would hope not.
So the Olivet defense stands tall. Adrian's 2nd turnover on downs in this football game. Still up 21-0 here at home. 9:51 to go in the third quarter. It's Evan Ormsby in the shotgun. 2 receivers on a side. His running back in with him. It's going to be a run pass fake. Throws incomplete. Going low was Nick Pagano. Couldn't grab it as Ormsby felt a little bit of pressure from Justin Wiseman. Threw it short and incomplete.
Looked like if Wiseman wasn't going to be able to make that play, BK was going to be there to make a big hit on number 88 there for Olivet. That would be Nick Pagano, the graduate questionable wide receiver. More of a
tight end receiver. He's just a big-bodied man out there.
Yes.
2nd and 10 for the Comets. This will be a run. Left side, some room up to the 35, now the 40. An 8-yard rush out there for their man, Bo Brandt, the sophomore, and he is slow to get up, and in fact, he will not get up. He's down at the Comet 40. We'll take a 30-second timeout. It's Adrian College 21, Olivet 0, 9:35 to go in the third. We'll be back in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Back as Brandt jogs off under his own power. It's a Comet 3rd and 2 from their own 40. Ormsby is going to pass it. Looking middle, throws, caught at the 50. Slips a tackle down to the 45, and the catch made by the senior Jakari Hamilton. And Olivet moves the chains on a good pass from Ormsby.
Seems as though Olivet has changed up their offensive tempo here a little bit from the first half. They seem to be going a little bit quicker, less huddle time, and they're actually having more of an air attack versus keeping on the ground as they did for the majority of the first half.
At the Adrian 44, the Comets from the right hash, 1st and 10, 3 receivers left. It's going to be a run up the middle, and a Bulldog tackle in there. I think I'm not going to guess who it is. Looked like Kyle Minder on the tackle, 42. I assumed it was him. He was in there in a flash. Just a smart football player at middle linebacker, number 42, in Kyle Minder.
Someone who's really taken his time to develop his craft here in the sport. Lots of film study, lots of practice, staying late, weight room, and just manifesting his position here.
2nd and 9 for the Comets. It's going to be a fake run, pass to the flat and incomplete. He was going for Deontay Higgins, was Ormsby, threw it ahead of the young man. I'm sure that football is getting slippery as the snow flurries continue to fly here in Adrian, Michigan.
That was the 3rd RPO play of this Olivet offensive possession. Something to notice as they didn't run a single RPO play the whole first half.
Ormsby 9 of 13 with an interception, 85 yards passing today. They need 9 on 3rd and 9. That's going to be a run fake and a throw to the flat. Same exact play, caught to the 40, near the 45, and that's going to be an Olivet first down as that catch was made by Deontay Higgins. So the Olivet coaches saw something they liked. Higgins picks up about 11 for the Olivet first down. So 2 third-down conversions for the Comets offense.
If you're Olivet, you like the way you're starting. If you're Adrian, shake off the halftime rust, lay over a little bit, and get back to what they were doing in that first half.
First catch for Higgins today. 7:58 here in this third quarter. Snap to Ormsby. It's going to be a run and a tackle after about 3, maybe 4 yards on the Olivet running back, Bo Brandt.
That's Nummer making the play.
Boy, Newmer, Minder, and Madrid. A lot of football played between those two. 3, I should say. Nearing 7.5 to go in the third. Ormsby quickly to the flat, tackled in the backfield. Stretching out the play was Tyrell Diener. Comes up and makes the hit on Brandt, who caught the pass. And he went forward for not much, actually back a yard. Brings up a 3rd and 9.
What do you think? What do you think they're going to do here? Pass, RPO, run?
I'm looking quick pass. Maybe Pagano over the middle, 88. 3rd and 9 for the Comets. Ormsby back to pass, throws sideline and out of bounds. Never really had a shot as pressure was in early, going for Jalen Broussard as Ormsby felt the heat, threw it to the right. He was double covered anyway, would would have been a tough catch.
And I think he would have been a yard or two short of the first down, too, where the throw was placed.
Olivet now staring at a 4th and 9 from the Adrian 32.5-yard line. Adrian turned the ball over on downs, their first possession of the third. Can they return the favor? Bulldogs show some pressure. A motion man, Ormsby, feeling the heat, throws middle, one-on-one coverage, and too far, but a flag thrown on the Bulldog coverage man as they were going deep for Jalen Broussard and some tight coverage, and that's going to result in a Comet first down. Was that, looked like maybe Jimmery Cannon on coverage, I couldn't tell.
It is. I was looking to see what the call for what is more than likely going to be a passing interference call.
Or they call holding. So instead of a 15-yarder, it's a 5, but an automatic Comet first down as Cannon was beat, I think, on that initial move.
Yeah, he was beat. There was a lot of grabbage between both players being physical, but ultimately they saw something better that we can see. The replay advantage I had was not necessarily the greatest.
So 2 third-down conversions and now a 4th down. Ormsby to throw to the flat, caught, tackled right away by Tyrell Diener. Reception out there for Jakari Hamilton. Gives the Comets a quick 6 yards and a 2nd and 4 as they move the football, trailing 21-0. 6.5 to go in the third quarter. I'm Ian Wentz. That's Kyle Plusha next to me here on the Adrian College Sports Network. 2 receivers on the side. Running back is Brandt in there with Ormsby. Ormsby to throw. Looked left, now throws middle, and it's nearly intercepted as he threw that into a tight window as the Bulldog defensive player was right in on him. Looked like Andrew Newmer in coverage on the slot receiver.
Great play, not to bite on the jab step before the inside release, and just overall great coverage. As they say, bend but don't break.
They were looking for Deontay Higgins, the junior wide receiver. Comets looking at a 3rd and 4 from the Adrian College 17. They've converted twice on 3rd, once on 4th down on this drive alone. They're opening 1 of this third quarter. 3 receivers out right, 1 left. Ormsby in the shotgun with Brandt next to him. It's going to be a run to Brandt. Trying to get to the edge and tackled down at the 15. That's not enough yardage. DeAndre Jennings with a tackle from his defensive end spot. So a 4th down decision now for the Olivet coaching staff.
Great job by Adrian to collapse and ultimately get that 4th down stop that they really needed.
Comets go forward on 4th again. It's 3 yards away from the Adrian 15. Evan Ormsby stands in the gun. Brandt is running back. It's going to be a fake to Brandt. Ormsby rolling, looking backside, throws end zone, and it's too high and it's incomplete. And Adrian College forces a turnover on downs of their own. It'll be Bulldog football from their own 15. Ormsby just had nowhere to throw that time. That's a coverage play by the Bulldogs secondary.
Great job by Bulldogs defense. Had a nice flood concept going to the right side, but a backside post, quite literally going to the goal post with the intention of, if the flood route isn't there to get you at least a first down, you throw that backside post, and that was a great read by Olivet's quarterback. Just a little too much behind the throw.
Yeah, and if you are the Olivet quarterback, you'd like to give your guy a chance in the end zone. The throw was just too high.
Yeah.
No opportunity to come down with that catch. It's an Adrian 1st and 10 at their own 15 as Aaron Jenkins back on the field. It's a quarterback draw, running up the middle. Gets brought down by a couple of Comets after a 2-yard rush.
Great quarterback contained by Logan Fee, the senior linebacker for Olivet. Just managed to sit on that outside, and what looked to be Jenkins, you could see, wanted to cut it to the outside, but Fee holding on to that outside quarterback contain forced him to go inside and ultimately kept it a short yardage game.
And if you're Olivet, who did you game plan for? That was the question, I'm sure, coming in as Jenkins will throw. Going for Keontae Townsend, one-on-one on the Bulldogs sideline. He caught the ball at the 45 up to the 50. A one-handed grab for Keontae Townsend. Incredible. That's another big-time catch for number 3.
As we look here, we've got one-on-one between Gante and the cornerback freshman from Olivet, Clarence Brown. And not only is this a gap between experience, but also a gap in size as well. There's a noticeable size disadvantage to the corner.
Jenkins found the one-on-one coverage, and Townsend comes away with a massive reception all the way to the Comet 47. Jenkins checks out. It's Noah Heide at quarterback. And it's going to be a run for Stephen Moses. Moses down to the 45. A couple of Comets tackle him down to the 42-yard line, as it is defensive lineman again, Amir Jones, defensive end, and on number 24, Stephen Moses. A good run for Stephen, 5 yards on a first down carry. Jenkins passing today is 6 of 8, 91 yards. Heide 2 of 5, good for 41. Stephen 15 carries, 61 yards. 3:45 to go in the third quarter. Adrian 21, Olivet 0. Matt Pillow snaps it back to Heide. Hand off to Moses. Moses to the 40. And a host of Comets take him down inside the 40 to the 38-yard line. What would you call a group of Comets?
I don't know. It's a great question.
I'm not an astronomer.
I'm
Clearly.
not either. No. Far from it.
Someone will look it up and tell us.
Yeah.
If there's even a word for that, a group of Comets, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Either way, 3rd and 1 for Adrian College. They need the 37.
Maybe a cluster of Comets?
I like that. It's the alliteration, too.
Yeah.
A Comet cluster. 7 on the play clock. Noah Heide from the shotgun. Adrian needs a yard. Give to Moses. Bounces off, and he's got it. Inside the Comet 35. Old reliable Stephen Moses. Good enough for a Bulldog first down.
And again, Adrian just staying true to what they've been all season. Hand the ball off to Moses and let him do his thing.
Substitution on the offensive line is Braden Van Orden to the sideline, shaking his left hand. So Landon Banks, the freshman, in at right tackle for this Adrian offense. Also, Aaron Jenkins back on the field. Putting me to work here this afternoon. Names and numbers all over the place. 2:22 to go in the third. Aaron Jenkins, he's going to throw. Going deep. Looking for Cole Seslar, and it was over his head, incomplete. There was contact, but the official down there said it was a very uncatchable ball. So it's a 2nd and 10. I like that aggressive nature. We've seen quite a few throws downfield, mostly for Keontae Townsend, who's made a couple of great catches. Today he has 3 catches for 84 yards. No passing touchdowns so far. It's been 2 runs for Aaron Jenkins and 1 for Stephen Moses. 2:18 to go in the third quarter. It's a quarterback run for Aaron Jenkins, trying to get to the edge. He can't. Tackled in the backfield. Isaiah Moon with a tackle for loss. And he goes low on the Bulldog quarterback, and just like that, it's a 3rd and 11 from the Comet 34.
Adrian's going to have to dig a little deep in the playbook here as Malik Ray checks in for Stephen Moses.
Yeah, 3rd and 11 in the snow. Not too many plays for it. That's the second possession of this half for Adrian College. They drove it and turned it over on downs recently, but Olivet did the same thing. Here is Aaron Jenkins. He'll quarterback run off the right side. He didn't get much. Brought down at the 31-yard line, and that is that man again, Amir Jones, the left defensive end. I got a text from somebody that a group of Comets, is it a family? A family of Comets. Yes, it is. Huh. Why didn't you tell me, Josiah? You knew? Oh, look at that. Okay.
How about that?
A family of Comets.
Huh. You learn something new every day.
The more you know.
Exactly.
Hopefully that's not trademarked. Under a minute left in this third quarter. Adrian 21, Olivet 0. They're going for it on 4th down. Jenkins to the sideline, slipped out of his hands. well overthrown, and Adrian turns the football over. I think it was going for Kenny Kuyawa. Just flung it into the bench. Hard to grip that football in this weather, and Olivet with a 1st and 10 with 46 seconds left in the third quarter.
That was the right read by Jenkins too. He had great separation for his receiver to the sideline, just like you said. Again, these weather conditions, snow, cold, could even be complications with even, sticking the plant foot in and getting the throw off all the way.
So Olivet's second possession of this third quarter. Adrian holding on to a 21-0 lead. Ormsby from the pistol, fakes a run. Ormsby looking right, throws deep for his man. It's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Jimmery Cannon and Tyrell Diener back in coverage on number 4, Jakari Hamilton. With that, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. Adrian College football on the Adrian College Sports Network. We have an injured Bulldog down at the 50-yard line. And I believe it might be Kwiatkowski, Bulldog safety. So they're working on the left leg of BK. So with that, we'll take we'll go 60. We'll take a 60-second break. It's Adrian 21, Olivet nothing on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent in accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
Well, welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wendt, Kyle Plusha with you. BK off the field. It's a 2nd and 10 for Olivet. Ormsby throws middle, catch made up to the 45, up to the 50, and down inside Bulldog territory. Nice throw and catch out there. Reception for number 4, Jakari Hamilton. And it's a Comet first down here, down 3 scores. And look, aside from the early interception and fumble for the Olivet quarterback, Ormsby has had a pretty good day throwing the football. Just over 50% completion, up over 100 yards. 1st and 10 Comets. It's going to be a handoff right side and a big hole out there. Good for about 9 yards. Deontay Higgins, the specialist, gets the carry. And I believe it will be a first down. Or no, they say 2nd down. Officials call a timeout because that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of our third quarter. We head to the 4th. It's Adrian College 21. Olivet 0 on the season finale of college football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August, I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to..."
Good afternoon and welcome to the Adrian College Sports Network. However you may be tuned in to this afternoon's contest. Final football game of this season for Adrian College and Olivet College I'm Ian Wentz, joined up here in the booth with Kyle Plusha, a senior here at Adrian College. Also, Josiah Durrell helping out, Laura Witkowski, and I guess I'll give Megan Abbey a little credit too. Not too much. Don't want to get her ego inflated. Adrian on defense here, second and short for the Comets at the Bulldog 37. Adrian shows pressure. It's Ormsby, just a straight quarterback power. First down, Comets down inside the Bulldog 30. As number 6 gets it done, a tackle by BK Kwiatkowski, but not before the Comet QB gets a first down. And there's a Comet who just goes down to the turf.
Samuel Konji.
And they're going to look at him. And we'll keep it right here because whenever I go to break, the player just seems to get up right away. So the first play of our fourth quarter is a first down run for Ormsby for Olivet. If you're the Bulldogs, what do you need to do to put the clamps on this one and get a win?
Well, the first thing to say is you have got to score points, or at least keep this margin of victory that you have the same. So if Olivet scores, we need to do our best to keep tallying that and putting up points as well. We had a whole scoreless third quarter, something to note from both teams. Olivet had a little bit of energy to end it, but ultimately couldn't put together any possessions. Adrian had one turnover on downs, one punt, I believe, if I do remember correctly.
I think they were all turnover on downs. We'll check. Our stat man, Mike Prang.
Yep. All drives of the third quarter were
downs.
Yep.
So the third possession for Olivet this half. They've really driven it, inside their opponent's 40-yard line every possession, but after that it's been tough.
Right.
Comets looking at a 1st and 10 from the Adrian 28. Handoff, middle, hit after a 2-yard rush as Carter Sidlowski influences things along with Justin Wiseman.
That was a nice gap fill by Donovan McCary, the junior DB for Adrian. Hasn't had his name called much today, but
he's a good one too in that Bulldog secondary, number 0. Plays the run really well.
Quiet and efficient starters, I would say.
Absolutely. 2nd and 8. Ormsby hands off, roll to the left, and nothing there. It is Justin Wiseman, and the football is out, but picked up by Olivet. McCary helped on the stop, but Justin Wiseman has been in that Comet backfield all afternoon long, and they force a tackle for loss.
Great collapse by what has been a strong outing for the senior here, Justin Wiseman. Had the strip sack fumble in the first quarter, at first possession the second possession of the game, and keeping that same momentum here going all the way into the fourth quarter.
13:26 to go in this football game. It's Adrian 21, Olivet 0. Comets need the Bulldog 18. They scrimmage from the 29. Comet goes in motion. 3 receivers right. Ormsby takes. Bulldogs collapse the pocket. Ormsby throws, and it is intercepted. Kwiatkowski picked it off inside the 10. Goes ahead to the 11. And another Adrian College takeaway for this Bulldog defense.
As we get a nice replay here.
Just jump that route.
Perfectly placed.
As they say, there's that man. BK with a pick. Just they were looking middle.
Made a great play.
My goodness. Kwiatkowski and this defense having themselves an afternoon. They've held the Comets scoreless through 3+ quarters. It's a Bulldog possession, 1st and 10 at their own 11. So every drive in this second half has been either a turnover on downs or just a straight-up turnover.
Yep.
Jenkins will scrimmage from the 11. It's a give. Moses, room off the left side, cuts it back middle up near the 20. So he's hit down at the 19 and a little bit of extra stuff. Kenny Kuyawa and the defensive back, Damani Carter, get into it. And the question is, who pushed first, and then who's the flag going to be on?
Typically, the flag goes on whoever retaliates.
That's the senior, Kuyawa. getting into it with the Olivet defensive back, and there's a zebra huddle at the 20 with one lone zebra on the far sideline. They'll sort this thing out. Certainly an after-the-play penalty. As it stands, it's a 2nd and 2 from the Adrian 19 off the 8-yard run by Stephen Moses. And the personal fouls will offset. They actually give it to Stephen Moses. I saw Kenny Kuyawa pretty active, but he must have been defending Moses. So offsetting penalties after the play, so it will stand as a 8-yard run for Moses and a 2nd and 2 from the Bulldog 19, leading 21-0. Aaron Jenkins claps his hands once, surveys the defense, takes, gives, Paterno bouncing through the middle. First down Bulldogs over the 20, all the way up to the 24. And good blocking up that middle. Matt Pillow leading the charge at that center spot for Adrian College.
Strong start here for Adrian. Not only are they picking up first downs, but also starting to etch away at that clock. Don't want to give Olivet a chance to get back into it.
Braden Van Orden back in at right tackle. Came out with a hand discomfort. 76 is good to go. Same formation. Jenkins takes, gives, run for Paterno. Room for Salvatore up over the 30 to the 31, and a flag on the play. That's in the Adrian backfield. Kenny Kuyawa points at himself. So he must have done something. What he did, I'm not sure. I was watching the football. The flag in the Bulldog backfield. Some jawing back and forth. And the call is an illegal low block. And that's a personal foul on the Bulldog receiver. As the Comet defensive back out there, number 7, the sophomore Colby Lewis, is having conversation with the Bulldog sideline, and what the Bulldogs are doing is they're pointing at the scoreboard to indicate the 3-touchdown lead that their team has.
Always got to have a little moxie with you.
Absolutely. The 5-4 Bulldogs and the 5-4 Comets doing battle here at Docking Family Stadium. 3 receivers lined up on the left side of the offensive line. That's Tyler Poyer, Cole Sessler, and Kenny Kuyawa. Alone up top is Keontae Townsend as Coach Jim Deere looks on. At his Bulldog offense, it's a 1st and 21. They scrimmage from the 12. Off the low block call. Jenkins takes, gives, it's Paterno. Some room for Salvatore up over the 15, near the 20. And this Bulldog rushing attack has really come alive in the second half. Following Nate Bennett, number 74.
I think Adrian's just going to look to milk out as much clock as they can here, run the ball, limit turnovers, especially being on the opposite side of the field here.
2nd and long, 15 yards to go, 11-11 left to go in this game. Paterno once again trips in the backfield, but stays up and lowers his shoulder. What a physical 6-yard run, and Paterno fired up, and there's a Comet down on his back at the 14. He needs some help. And Paterno giving it to the Olivet defender. It was number 1 down there. Isaiah Moon took a shot, and they're going to check on him. We'll take a 30-second break. It's a 3rd down and 8 when we come back here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent in accepting only those that adhere.
Welcome back. back on ACSN. Good news for Olivet as Isaiah Moon bounced up to his feet and jogs off the field for the Olivet defense off the physical 6-yard run for 28 Salvatore Paterno. So Adrian was looking at a 1st and 21. They've got it back to a 3rd and 8 here under 11 minutes to go. I'm Ian Wentz, that's Kyle Plesha, a senior here at Adrian College. Helping me out this afternoon, big time help. To be honest, Thursday I didn't know who'd be with me. I thought it was going to be me alone in a booth talking to myself.
No.
I appreciate it.
Oh, no, of course. I got the opportunity on Friday by my lovely boss, Megan, and I couldn't turn it down. It's always been a dream of mine to actually do something like this, so I greatly appreciate having me.
It's going to be a run on 3rd and 8. Paterno to the 30. Oh, he's got an Adrian first down to the 35-yard line. Adrian runs on 3rd and 8. They got 9. God, it's great to have Nathan Bennett back at left tackle. He is a force, and he paved the way. And Paterno with some great rushing on this drive.
You have to love the physicality of this offensive line from all 5 starters.
Approaching 10 minutes left in this football game. It's Adrian 21 and Olivet 0. As quarterback Aaron Jenkins waits on that play clock to run down. It's now at 8 seconds. Jenkins takes the snap. It's Paterno once again. Gets through some pressure in the backfield up to the 40. And chunk runs for this Adrian offense. Paterno with 5 yards on that rush. He's putting himself in good position this afternoon in terms of the stats for the Adrian College running back. And number 28 this afternoon takes his rush total. I believe he's at 9 carries. Good for 59 yards. Unless that's the updated number and he has 54. I never know if I'm a play ahead of the stats or not. Some great live stats here by this sports information department at Adrian College. A little bit of a weather update. It's not snowing as hard as it was earlier. Just light flurries. Why not Paterno again? Olivet had enough of that. He's got a yard. Tackled by 97 Dylan Weaver. And a timeout called on the Olivet College sideline. So their head coach Dan Muszlewski, that is Muzielwich. Second time's the charm. We'll take a break with them. All Bulldogs, 21-0, early 4th quarter here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
We are back on the Adrian College Sports Network. The Olivet College timeout, their first of the half, called at 9:01 of this 4th quarter. It's 21-0 Adrian College. Ian Wentz, Kyle Plusha with you on the Adrian College Sports Network. As this drive has really been the Salvatore Paterno drive. On the game, he's up to 60 yards rushing on 10 carries, good for 6 yards per rush. And his offense looking at a 3rd and 4 at their own 41 off the Kwiatkowski interception. They've moved it from their 11 up to the 41. Aaron Jenkins, the quarterback. Malik Ray with him in the shotgun. Jenkins surveys, takes his snap, looking left side, a big hole for Jenkins, slips through some tackles to the 50. There goes Aaron Jenkins. House call. Is anybody home? It's Aaron Jenkins. Touchdown, Adrian College. 59 yards for Jenkins, his 3rd of the afternoon.
What a great play.
How about that left side of the offensive line? Nate Bennett, good block by Cole Seslar, and Kenny Kuyawa springing the Bulldog quarterback free, and a touchdown for Aaron Jenkins.
Olivet's corner number 1, Isaiah Moon, looked just a little lost, like the play was over, and then gets blocked and ultimately gives up a 55-yard touchdown.
Walker Evans in for the extra point. with 8:50 left here in this fourth quarter. 3 touchdown runs for Aaron Jenkins this afternoon. Snap, hold are good. The kick took a while, but it's through. It's Adrian 28, Olivet 0. We're going to keep it here. There's a flag on the play. And the referee looking toward Coach Jim Deere, as I believe it's against the Comets. As it stands, it's 28-0.
Looks as though Sequarius Ball Jr. for Olivet might have run into the kicker.
That is the call.
Yep.
They will decline it. Kick is good. Adrian College goes 89 yards off the Kwiatkowski interception. Aaron Jenkins with 59 of them. It's 28-0. Adrian College will be back in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
The hat trick for Aaron Jenkins rushing the football. He's got 3 scores. It's Adrian College 28, Olivet College 0. Ian Wentz, Kyle Plusha with you this afternoon. Credit to Josiah Durrell, our producer here on scene, for the hockey analogy. The kickoff by Owlett is going to bounce to the 16. Olivet with trouble, and the return man's going to fall on it, as that is Dontel Wright, and tough field position for the Comets. I mean, I don't know what's more impressive. Adrian's quarterback, Aaron Jenkins, with 3 touchdown runs of this defense with, is that 4 turnovers?
Yes, that is 4
2
turnovers.
picks and 2 fumbles.
Yep. And just all around great play by Adrian coming into this game with, with a great 5-4 record, but also playing with nothing to lose. So put it all out, put yourself a great game, and here you are, 28-0 with 8:48 left in the fourth.
Extremely light snow flurries. Temperatures still around freezing here in southern Michigan. 8:48 to go. Evan Ormsby at quarterback throws to the flat, caught at the 20. And so good for about 4 yards by the Comet receiver. Looked like number 11 caught the pass. First time I've said Cole Skubridge, the sophomore wideout, number 11. Cannon with the stop, 2nd and 6 for the Comets. 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in this game. Adrian up 28-0. Ormsby will take the low snap, look sideline, and it's going to be, a catch by the same receiver. Tyrell Diener stuck on him like glue, but a catch made by Cole Skubridge. As the defensive coaches were saying, that ball's up there for a while. Diener couldn't quite get to it, and it's a 3rd and short. Comets with tempo.
Olivet needs something here.
Ormsby looking to pass. Throws sideline, caught Skubridge, but upended by Jimmery Cannon, as Skubridge is slow to get up, but he will. So 3 catches for the wideout there, the sophomore. It's a first down for the Comets. Well, if you're a QB, you don't want to put your receiver in that spot, being airborne like that, but good focus by the wide receiver.
Right.
3 receivers right, 1 left. Ormsby fakes the throw, looking right side, goes sideline, and it's overthrown. Adrian covered up that initial play with Tyrell Diener. Also coverage out there by number 30, Bernard Tyndall. Number 30, the freshman, he could be a real good one in this Bulldogs secondary as we look ahead to next season. Playing that nickel slot position. 7:26 to go. 2nd and 10 for Olivet from their own 30. Evan Ormsby looks over the Bulldog defense. They show 4 down linemen. They rush. Ormsby looks to throw. Pass to the middle. Tipped. And it's nearly intercepted at the 35. A diving attempt out there for, get a number, it looked like Sam Madrid. had a chance at it, number 11, but who tipped that one? Was it Wiseman?
It
or
was
the receiver?
Wiseman. Yep, it was Wiseman.
Okay. So it's 2 incompletions, and Olivet staring at a 3rd and 10 from their own 30. 3 receivers right, 1 left. For the Comet quarterback, they send 1 in motion to the left, 2 on the side. Ormsby takes the snap, feeling pressure, escapes, rolls to the 30 and to the sideline and tackled out of bounds by Kyle Minder. It's a 4th and 10, and Ormsby got his legs tangled up in the chains, and he is slow to get up on that Comet sideline. Just a lot of equipment down there, and they'll take an official timeout to look at the Olivet quarterback. It's a 4th and 10 on the field. And we'll take a 30-second timeout. It's Adrian College 28, Olivet nothing. 7:03 to go in the 4th. You're tuned in to the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. A new quarterback in for Olivet on a 4th and 10. He's going to roll, needs the 40. He's not going to get it. It's a Bulldog takeaway, another turnover on downs for Olivet College. They brought in the quarterback, the freshman, Caleb Hall. Nowhere to throw, rushed it for 8, but not enough for a first down.
Great response by Adrian to get another turnover on downs for the second half. Ultimately, just looking to etch the rest of this clock away and come out of here with the W to end the season for them.
So the precipitation has moved out of the areas. We had a pretty substantial snow flurry for most of this football game. Now it's just cold, not too much wind. Temperature right around freezing here in Adrian. Bulldog football from the Comet 38. It's Noah Heide taking his spot at quarterback in for Aaron Jenkins. It's really been a split here in the backfield. It's Salvatore Paterno with a rush. He's had a good 4th quarter as he's down to the Comet 36.
Paterno at 10 attempts for 60 yards gained, averaging 6.0 for a carry.
It's a pretty good night, especially for starting somewhat late into the game too.
Yeah.
Didn't see a majority of his carries until right at the end of the second half, or end of the second quarter, going into the 3rd, coming out at halftime.
Leading rusher for the Bulldogs in terms of yardage is Aaron Jenkins with 124 on 14 carries. 3 touchdowns for Jenkins from 12, from 2, it was a short one, then 1 from 51, or 59 rather. It's Paterno again up the gut. Good for a couple as we are under 6 minutes to go in this football game. 6 minutes left in this season for both these programs. Both at 5-4, would love to finish 6-4. You feel a lot better 6-4 than 5-5.
Yes.
Right? You can feel good overall about your 10 games.
Yes. And even then, 5-5 is still a relatively decent season. But you want to finish with that one up over an equal record.
Adrian working that clock. Noah Heide in at quarterback. 5:20 to go in this game. Paterno again, some pressure in the Bulldog backfield. Give him maybe a yard or two. He's down to the Comet 31, or it will be rather the 32. It'll be 4th down and a long 4 as we're under 5 minutes left in this game. So will Heide put it in the air here?
I don't think so. I think being up 4:45 with only being up 28, with only a little over 4.5 minutes to go, just play conservative, run the ball.
I'm going deep to number 3, Townsend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Heide looking that way, feels pressure, and he was looking that way. He'll get sacked instead. Comets get into the backfield, and a turnover on downs. Number 27 finished up the play. Logan Fee, the senior linebacker, as I was in the brain of offensive coordinator Harry Bailey.
Yeah.
He was looking for Townsend
You were.
down the field, and the early pressure gets the sack instead.
Yeah.
Man, that would have been, as they say, the kill shot
Yes.
in the football game. Up 4 scores, making it 5 with under 5 minutes left.
Yep.
But give Olivet credit. They get the turnover, and they're back on offense without their starter, Evan Ormsby, who went out with an injury last drive. So the Comet QB takes a low snap. He's left-handed. He waits, looks, throws middle too high, right to Tyrell Diener. Picked off at the 50. Diener looking for a return down to the 40. Diener weaving through Comets inside the 40. And a pick for Tyrell Diener. And Caleb Hall threw it right to him. He will never, ever have an easier interception than that one, Kyle.
Nope.
I mean, the receiver stopped. I mean, who knows who did the wrong thing, but Diener says thank you.
Yeah, and something you'll never forget either. But as you were saying, probably the easiest interception he's probably ever had in his football career.
So that's 5 turnovers, 3 picks, 2 fumbles, plus turnover on downs for this Adrian defense.
Give them their A+ rating.
Wow.
They've earned it.
They came to play today. I mean, it'd be easy to just lay down and say, the season's done. We've lost 2 in a row. That's not been the case.
Yeah.
Here's a pitch off to Stephen Moses. Gets hit low and goes ahead for about 3 inside the Comet 35 with 4:12 to go. So here we're going to get a parade of seniors, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If they have not seen action here today, I'm sure Coach Deere doing his best to get them all out there.
What a great overall performance from this Bulldog team today, especially from the defense, but just all around, kudos to them for the great performance that they put together today.
Number 55, Jesse McDaniel checks in at offensive line. The senior is in at right guard. They'll run behind him. Stephen Moses down to the 30, slips through a tackle and a big-time hit right at the 30. And 2 carries for the senior, Stephen Moses. Makes it a 3rd and 4. And we have a Bulldog down. I think that is Stephen. And they'll look at him. So with 3 and 26 to go in the 4th quarter, it's Adrian 28, Olivet 0, Bulldog football. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Adrian College Sports Network. Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. As soon as we went to break, Stephen Moses jumped on his feet, ran back to the Bulldog sideline. It is a 3rd down and 4 from the Comet 29 off the Tyrell Diener interception. Noah Heide, the quarterback, stands at the Olivet 34. Takes the snap. Heide back to pass. Looking. Feels some pressure and hit. Ball is loose at the 30. Scooped up by the Comets up to the 35. Heide got hit. Lost the football. The Comet recovery out there by 22, and that is the linebacker Blake Hawkins, the sophomore. Heide never saw him.
Nope. That's what we would call a case of being hit from the blind side.
They made a whole movie off of that too.
Yeah.
So tough break for the Adrian offense. They turn it over on a 3rd down fumble. And if you're the defense, you say, that's okay. We've been having fun all day. They've kept that 0 up on the scoreboard for Olivet. And the Comets starting quarterback, Evan Ormsby, out of the game with an injury. So they go with the quarterback, the freshman, Caleb Hall, who already has an interception to his record. He'll hand it off this time. Right side of the line. Hit, backwards, and wrapped up. Not going down, and finally does inside the 30 as Kwiatkowski the benefactor of DeAndre Jennings, forcing the play to the outside, and it's a loss of 6 yards for the Olivet runner, and that's Bo Brandt. Tried to do too much. Or was that 19?
I thought it was.
It was 14? Okay.
Yeah, no, you're right.
What? Second guessing myself.
Yeah.
2:15 and rolling here in the fourth. 2nd and 16 for Olivet. Bulldogs show 4 across the front. It's going to be handoff to Brandt again. Couple Bulldogs there, and they're going to take him down after a 1-yard gain. Kyle Minder and company. Andrew Newmer again in on the play as well. They're going to say a Carter Sadlowski as well. A 3rd and long for the Comets. Under 2 minutes to go in this season.
So what do you think are some things to highlight about this Bulldog season going as we wrap this up?
It's been the defense. I mean, they've forced a turnover every single game. They've kept them in it at times when they were really down. Here's the freshman rolling out for Olivet. Throws up a prayer and caught by Tyrell Diener. Back-to-back picks for the Bulldog corner. Adrian football at their own 41-yard line. I mean, it's the defense, right? They are just making Olivet's
into existence, I guess.
Making Olivet's offense just look inept here this afternoon, as they are a few snaps away from their 2nd shutout of the season. Had one against Hanover here earlier, and they've really come to play. And, you know, when the offense suffered some tough injuries, they've been put to task, and more often than not, they've really answered the call.
Yep.
A lot to be proud of on that side of the football. But, you know, in the scheme of things, after week 1 in the MIAA season, you thought maybe they can win a conference championship.
Right.
Things didn't go their way the last 2 weeks against Alma, and prior to that against Albion. But gosh, this team did not quit.
No.
There was no quit down there on that Adrian sideline. And a senior class that's going to go out winners, as Noah Heide took the snap.
They have to be proud of how they played today, not only as the defense, but as a team as a whole. Expectations were met a little short with the back-to-back losses to Alma and Albion, but to come back home and complete your season with a positive, better record than what people were expecting you to finish at, and also get a win at home on your senior night is maybe not exactly what you wanted, but it's still a great outcome for all of these players. And great momentum to carry going into the offseason and as motivation to get even better for the next season.
Noah Heide, the Adrian College quarterback, takes the knee and puts a bow on the 2022 Adrian College football season. They defend Docking Stadium and shut out the Olivet College Comets. The final 28-0 here in Adrian, Michigan. It was Aaron Jenkins with 3 touchdown runs, 1 for Stephen Moses, 6 takeaways by the Adrian College defense, and that was just 2 fumbles and 4 picks. They also forced some turnover on downs. Just complete domination here at Adrian College. Their 2nd shutout here at home, 2 in 10 games. It's pretty incredible by this Adrian defense, and the offense did what they had to do to come out on top, 28-0. Your final for this Adrian College football season. Handshakes, hugs, and certainly tears down there on the sideline as a bunch of these young men finish up their college football career on both sides here in Adrian. We'll take a 60-second timeout. Post-game show coming your way next. Adrian gets it done, 28-0, the final score on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent in accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
Final score from Docking Family Stadium, Adrian 28, Olivet 0 on the Adrian College Sports Network. Defense, 5 takeaways, 6 takeaways. It was too many to count. I mean, it was interceptions, turnover on downs, and they beat Olivet. Their second shutout of this season, a 28-0 final score. We welcome you into the broadcast booth. Ian Went and Kyle Plusha helping me out here this afternoon. What a big help you were. Thank you so much for your help. I know it was last minute, but it's very much appreciated.
Oh yeah, no, it's again, like I was saying earlier, I've always wanted to be in the broadcast booth and commentating for one of my all-time favorite sports, something that I grew up playing for 10 years. So I know it was very last minute, but I wanted to be here every second, and I had a great job, and I had a great time. So thank you for having me here.
You're welcome. And we did get a stat in from the Adrian College Sports Information Department. DeAndre Jennings, with his performance today, 200 career tackles. Part of that freshman class so many years ago that when they were on the field, I thought, man, this is a fearsome freshman defensive line. Him and Justin Wiseman have been doing it for a long time, bookending that defensive line. 200 career tackles for DeAndre Jennings. And, you know, who's eligible to come back for another year? You know, who's hanging up the pads for the last time? There will be some questions going into next season. A very defensive senior football team, I should say, for Adrian College. You know, Jennings, Wiseman, up the middle. It was Kyle Minder, Andrew Newmer, Sam Madrid on the back end of BK, Brandon Kwiatkowski. They've just built something here, and you could just tell the way they played today. They played like it was their last game, and to go with the football cliche, they left it all on the field.
Yeah, no, really. And I don't think there's a single one of those Bulldogs that can be disappointed with how anything really went tonight. It was an all-around great performance on all sides of the ball, and the seniors or the football players who will not be on the team next year have to recognize that things, like we were saying earlier, may have not gone 100% exactly the way they wanted it to go, but they still finished out on top in a very strong fashion in a great way. And as you can see through the camera, there are some high emotions, and so
yeah, this win looked a little different after you do the handshakes, because it's the realization of finality. You know, this is it.
Yep.
And for some of these players, they won't play football again.
Yep.
And all they have are these memories, and what a great way to end it if you're an Adrian College Bulldog here today with the 28-0 win here at home. We'll look at some of the defensive numbers here. Total tackles, DeAndre Jennings had 9 today. Kyle Minder with 9. Kwiatkowski with 7. He had an interception as well. Tyrell Diener, 7 tackles, 2 interceptions. Jimmy Cannon with 4 tackles out there for this Adrian defense as well. I mean, you talk forced fumbles, interceptions. It was 2 for Tyrell Diener, 1 for, they give it to Wade Zashman, and another one for Kwiatkowski. And just a defense that put it all together here today to shut out Olivet and defend Docking Stadium. 28-0 is the final score. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll look at some of the offensive numbers for Adrian College when we come back on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back. Post-game on the Adrian College Sports Network. Hugs and congratulations for the black and gold as they win their final game here at home of this 2022 season. 28-0 the final. Ian Wentz and Kyle Plusha here on the Adrian College Sports Network. You know, the seniors and fifth years playing their final game, but you look at the future, and Adrian's bringing some back. They are losing a lot of production on defense. I can't wait till next year already, because there are certainly a lot of shoes to fill, but if they learn from these older players, they can build something here.
Yeah. They're from what I saw today and from what I've seen all season, there's tons of potential on this team. Obviously, you know, you're losing a great class of seniors who really put a lot of dedication towards what it is that they've been doing here this whole season, and the 4 or 5 years that they've been here with Adrian College. But it's that ideology that those players have established a motto and a expectation and mentality and a philosophy here for these younger kids to carry on through, not only for when they become sophomores, juniors, seniors, and also that way they can then give that back to the freshmen. So the cycle just keeps going on through and through.
28-0 final score, and a defense that took the ball away more than a handful of times today. But the offense did what they had to do. Let's look at some of the numbers for this game. Passing the ball, Aaron Jenkins, 91 yards in the air, 6 of 10 completions today. Noah Heide was officially 2 of 5, 41 yards, sacked twice. Catching the ball, Keontae Townsend with 3 catches and 84 yards. Kenny Kuyawa, 3 catches for 32. Tyler Poyer, 1 catch for 15. Rushing the football, Aaron Jenkins with 3 rushing touchdowns today. The long one, 59 yards to the house. Averaged just under 9 yards per rush. 14 rushes, 124 yards for the grad transfer, Aaron Jenkins. Stephen Moses had the most carries with 19, good for 77 yards and a touchdown back in that first quarter. Salvatore Paterno did his work in the second half mainly, 13 rushes and 66 yards for Paterno. Malik Ray a carry for 6 yards. Noah Heide credit for 3 carries and 10. Jimmy Clark just 1 carry for 2 yards. As I saw, Clark had a leg injury, so that's why he didn't play for most of that football game. But it was Aaron Jenkins really playing his heart out today, and that's another player that, you know, saw his final snaps in college. You know, came back for a graduate season, came over to Adrian and a sort of a plug in and see what we can do quarterback. Like, hey, look what we have here. Can you build on that? And he took on the challenge, and he suffered some difficult injuries at some inopportune times, but certainly played well today.
Yeah, overall, has to be very proud of himself for how he performed for this whole season. You know, as you're saying, taking a player and just plugging him in and being like, okay, well, here's the system that you're in, see what you can do with it. And for also a team that had little expectation to them, finished well above the expectations that were placed upon them.
Absolutely. I mean, a team that was projected to finish 5th in the MIAA, just ahead of Alma and Kalamazoo. And you look at Alma, they played for a conference championship today. So just it shows you that anything can happen and that expectations are not based on what people think about you. They're based on how you believe in that locker room. Coach Deere and company believed, and they suffered some 2 really tough losses the last 2 weeks against Albion and Alma, but Adrian bounces back, gets the win here at home, 28-0. We will take a minute to talk about who could be our player of the game. We'll let you know in 30 seconds here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Smiles and probably some tears through the eyes of Adrian College football players as they win here on Senior Day, final game of the season, but they win it 28-0 over Olivet. Ian Wentz, Kyle Plusha with you here this afternoon. And looking at some worthy contestants for the player of the game, got to go with Aaron Jenkins as one of those. 91 yards through the air, 124 on the ground, good for 3 touchdowns on the day. You look at the defense, DeAndre Jennings, 9 tackles, 200 for his career. Kyle Minder, a great day as well, 9 tackles. Kwiatkowski with 7 and a pick. Tyrell Diener with 2 interceptions for this Adrian College defense. You could say Justin Wiseman as well, really lived in that Olivet backfield. But going to do the cheesy, corny broadcaster selection for the player of the game. It's the seniors, whether they are 4th year and saying goodbye to football, or 5th year, or they utilize their COVID season. For more than a handful of these players, they won't see a field again for the rest of their lives, and all they have are memories, and it's a great way to end it here at home with the win 28-0. So congratulations to these seniors. For me personally, I've been doing this for not a long time, but long enough to remember these guys when these guys were freshmen. Some of these 5th years and 4th years, and man, if we can keep these players, we could build something. And they've really shown up. And this year there were highs and lows, certainly. Some highs of going on the road and beating conference favorite Hope on their home field. The heartbreak losing to Trine here, and then thinking, maybe we can't win the league. And then an opportunity like we could take this thing, and they suffer a loss to Albion. And then they go to Alma, 2 undefeated teams in a row. Can't get it done. And they came out here and played for something, and it just shows the senior leadership. So congrats to the Bulldogs seniors for being the player of the game today.
Yeah, all around, just Adrian did a great job at capitalizing on establishing a culture and beating the expectations. And also congratulations to all of you seniors and you 5th-year students. Your time here was never taken granted for, and watching you all develop and grow as players for this beautiful and one of the oldest colleges in the MIAA has been a blessing and also very fun to witness. So again, thank you to all of you.
Yep, you just want to know that when you leave someplace, you leave your mark, and they did. So a 28-0 final here for the Adrian College Bulldogs as they get the win. They finish the year 6-4. What a great game here today, especially for the Adrian College defense. That's going to do it for us here on the Adrian College Sports Network all season long. All the fans out here have been fantastic. For all the listeners and viewers out there on the Adrian College Sports Network, Lori Witkowski, Josiah Durrell, Megan Abbey running things here at the college. And here today, Kyle Plusha helping me out. I'm Ian Wentz, saying so long for now. Till next season, Bulldog fans. Adrian wins 28-0 on the Adrian College Sports Network.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.